This episode of the Co-optional Podcast is proudly sponsored by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain name, website, or online store, make your next move with squarespace.com/cooptional. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Co-optional Podcast here on the 15th of August, 2017.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello to everybody. Hello.
What was that?
I don't know. It's a scary monster.
That was a truck passing by.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought
it was a
we have the
lion. I thought
the
like
Hells
someone had a
Angels drive by
Just
my
pretend
office
it's a lion.
sometimes, So.
All right.
I thought it was
okay.
a
lion.
soundboard for like,
Yeah, it's a lion.
badass roar. I was like, damn, Lirik comes to play.
It's got his own intro. It's like brings in his personal backing band. It's like, oh, here's my theme music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds like the way to go. Yeah, you don't get to the top of Twitch without that sort of bravado.
Without a soundboard, if I've
Exactly.
learned anything.
Yep, you need a soundboard. Everyone's
I'll
gonna
never
have a
hit the
gimmick,
top. I'll
right?
never hit the top.
Nope, not with your stupid cat subscriber noise every time that bloody happens. Meow, meow, meow. Like, oh,
I've
that's
actually,
we do have a cat
it's
lover
at
here.
it's a different frequency now. I just tuned it out.
Yeah, imagine you probably would at that point.
Yeah.
You have a couple of cats, I believe, Lirik?
Yeah, I have two.
Oof.
They're so cute. Stop.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
I mean, I can't help but show people them. They're that cute, you know?
Yeah, that's understandable. It's like if you're running a stream and you have an animal, you got to kind of bring it on the stream from time to time, right?
Exactly.
happen.
It's part of your life, right? So.
Yeah, they look like Scottish folds. Is that
Yeah.
what they are? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
they are.
Always those ears and the sort of, I don't know, like face that just looks just a tiny bit dumb, just a little dumb, you know.
Every time you post a picture of them, I'm like,
a little dumb.
Pleasantly dumb, like
Oh.
they understand the world, but not maybe as much as they think they do.
The cats look
You know?
stupid as shit, is what he's saying.
Nice, they're not
Dumbass
doing
cats.
that. I would never be
Stupid,
so
stupid
Whoa.
cats.
Those
Just
are my
idiots.
daughters.
Just dumb cats.
how
insulting the
fucking
family.
dare you?
See, this is why I don't have any
Biscuit.
friends on Twitch anymore. I just come on the show and I just insult
Oh,
them
he said those
immediately.
cats were stupid.
Yeah.
Internet, get on that.
I know you meant stupid in like a nice way.
Absolutely, you know, kind of
Every
like,
animal
you know,
looks
Yeah,
kind of
that's-
stupid.
you remember
but, like,
Maru the
That's what we
cat?
always say when TV calls us stupid.
Pretty
He
much,
just
yeah.
means it nice.
I only roast the ones I love. What is it? Yeah, it's about mutual respect.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
yeah, man. It's how the British express their love. You know, we're very emotionally repressed people, very uptight. So you know, we basically express our love for somebody by calling them a cunt. You know, just like the Australians, really. Yeah.
Just in a different way.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a term of endearment, is what it is. Term of endearment. There we
Maybe I'm old.
go.
Oh,
Maybe
but-
you're American.
Maybe.
Never quite understood the concept. We got done watching. Have you ever seen a movie called What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
That
Oh.
sounds so familiar.
You've got to. 2015 mockumentary about
The vampires?
yeah, housemate
Yeah, yeah,
vampires
yeah,
living
yeah.
together in a small New Zealand town.
Wait, is that the one with Tilda Swinton?
I don't know who that is.
Never mind.
Academy Award winner Tilda Swinton. No.
You don't know who Tilda Swinton is?
No.
Did
Who's
she win
that?
an Academy Award?
What the fuck?
What? Right.
You know who Tilda Swinton
you've
is
known me
because
for
she
a
was in
while.
that movie with the damn train, that icebreaker, ice something. I know you saw that shit.
I didn't actually.
God damn.
Snowpiercer, I think is the name.
Oh,
of
Tilda
that one.
Swinton
Yeah,
is not in this
Snowpiercer.
movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that never
Official.
wasn't really relevant
Wait,
then.
what?
But she was never
All right,
in
I
the
guess
that's
that's
first
pretty
place.
good.
shout outs to Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton, wherever you're at. We know you're watching.
Tilda
Thanks.
Swinton, wherever you're at, you look super terrifying, and I love it.
Yeah, wonderful. You look like an 8,000-year-old Nosferatu.
She's
Yeah.
great. She looks like
but
she
TV's
looks like
British, that
Voldemort's
means
sister,
nice
and I
things.
love her.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, the roast.
He only roasts the ones he loves.
No, roast the one you love. Yeah, it's great. It's very, very funny. You know, it's all done documentary style, and they have interactions with werewolves, not swearwolves. You know, they're trying to be better. They're trying to rein in those animalistic tendencies. It's good. And
Gotcha.
the local zombie society as well. Excellent movie. Really, really fun. It's no Jurassic World, but, you know.
Wait. You like Jurassic World?
It's sort
Are you
of a
being
Don't
roast.
do
sarcastic?
this. Oh my God! Don't
actually
do
Don't
really
this.
start this,
Oh.
Lirik.
Don't go down this rabbit
Don't
hole.
do this.
Whoops.
We've been
Don't do
debating
this.
this for months. We've been debating this for months. Jurassic Park does not hold up in
Don't do this. Don't
2017.
do this. He said
It
he wouldn't
doesn't.
do memes. He said this show wouldn't be about co-optional memes, and he did it. The
I
first
have
thing
to
he did out
spread
the
it.
gate was a
I mean,
meme.
People need to know. They need to be preached
Knock
to.
out the juice.
The gospel.
Get off the
gospel.
treadmill.
Yeah.
What are the other memes?
Hey, bang, get off the treadmill,
Egg-ba-dang,
knock out the
egg-ba-dang.
juice.
I'm curious now. I mean, what is the consensus though? Do you guys like it? Or...
I don't think we have a consensus other than they think I'm
He's
stupid and
just
have a bad
trolling
taste
and
in
being a
music,
bad
and I
person.
sort of agree
Oh,
with
okay.
them. But
Yeah,
I
the movie
still
was
think it
horrible.
doesn't hold up. Still think it doesn't hold up. But yeah, go watch this one. It's free on
A
Amazon Prime,
raptor has
whatever.
a genuine conversation with a T-Rex, guys. It's not a good movie.
No, they're
How do you
showing
know it was genuine? They
it's
might
a
have
free
been throwing
exchange
shade.
of ideas.
No, wait, at the end of that? No, they were
Yeah.
like, I respect you, Blue, or whatever the hell your name is. And he's like, I respect you, Jonathan Rex. And he's like, now let's go our separate ways. And they had a conversation. He's like, I'll never forget you. That shit happened in a movie.
That's not how I read it. I read it
How could
as,
that possibly be worse than
yo, what
this
the
is a
fuck's wrong
Unix
with your
system? I know
arms?
this.
He was like, whoa, man, fuck you. And then they walked away.
All right.
Were we
fair
watching the same movie? No,
don't
that
think
was
so.
love. That
No,
was a
we
love.
weren't.
That was love.
enough. Yeah, I mean, that's the sound that I associate with love. Hard,
And
sweaty
seals.
love.
That's the sound I associate with love.
Hey. Welcome to the Co-optional Podcast. We do occasionally.
Yeah. I
Occasionally
think
talk
I
about
just
video
like
games.
forgot about that movie because
It's
it
probably
was
for the
just so
best.
bad. It's like a repressed memory now.
It's fair. It's totally fair.
Fair enough.
It's certainly not worth remembering, really, in any way. We do occasionally talk about video games. Our show today is once again brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace.com/co-optional for 10% off your first order and free trial. Go make a beautiful website. God knows you don't actually need any talent to do it at Squarespace. You'll be hearing a little bit more about that later in the show. All right. Occasionally we talk about video games. We've got 4 people here who play quite a lot of them. We've got someone here who streams a hell of a lot of them, especially on his sub Sundays. A lot
I'm
of
gonna say too
variety
much.
there.
You know what? I'm gonna say calm it down. Take it down a notch.
All right.
I
much-
have no
too much
life.
streaming.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
You know what?
If you can,
Games
you
are
stream.
life.
Indeed.
You need more streams where you just like paint. Just like
Paint.
Just like channel
I would watch-
Bob Ross stuff.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
the shit out of a Lirik creative.
But it's just
stream.
like you painting by yourself. You aren't even looking at chat. You're just expressing yourself. And
yeah,
then you
just let the Titanic soundtrack run.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Paint.
god.
I mean, I
But
did
not-
paint. It became an emote. Yeah,
Is
I don't know
that
if I'm
cat?
the painter. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in that area. You know, I usually hire people to do the painting.
The
Mm.
impressionist cat, the avant-garde abstract cat that you provided.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. That's
It's-
beautiful.
It's true expression as well.
If anything happens on
Look at
this
that precious
website,
boy.
anything happens, that needs to just stay. And
I think so.
everything
Yeah.
else can fade away.
Yeah. If you die, let me put it
Anything
this way, man.
happens.
If you die tomorrow, I'll campaign for that to be a global emote. I'll put my
Great.
support
There-
firmly
exactly.
behind that. Yep.
That
That
should
is-
be a global emote.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Holy shit. All right. We've
Lirik, what
played
have you
a
been playing?
lot of video games. Let's start with Lirik. He's probably played more video
Um,
games on Sub Sunday than we have in a week. What you got?
Well, for the week,
Anything you
what I've
like?
been playing? Okay, so
Anything you like.
Well, I've been playing a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds,
Mm.
but I feel like everyone's been doing that.
It's a fairly popular game, so I'm told.
Yeah.
Getting dull, but that's just because of me. I just play way too much of it, so dull for me.
Have
Just
they
hoping
added
for the next
anything
big-
to it lately?
First person servers got added.
Oh, right. Right.
Just some animations, some new guns here and there. Nothing crazy. The whole concept of the game is still the same.
What,
Right.
what do you reckon to the
Just-
first person mode? Like, I was kind of interested in that. I thought it might be a little bit more immersive, but, you know, obviously
It's
the lack of
pretty fun.
situational awareness.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it definitely feels a lot more balanced.
Okay.
I mean, I will always prefer first person over third person, personally. So yeah, from my perspective, 100% first person is better. But I understand that people do like third person. But definitely feels a lot more balanced and more consistent at first person. So I strictly stick with that now. So
Yeah, that sounds good.
But like other than that, yeah, I have played some Sub Sunday games. Played a little bit of the new Hearthstone expansion. I played Hearthstone when it like first came out. I was pretty into it for a while and then kind of fell off of it. But you know, sometimes it's nice to play. It's still a decent game. I thought the Lich King stuff was kind of cool. Got a little bit through the campaign. West of Loathing, I played.
That's
kind of cool game.
Fucking awesome game. Yeah,
yeah.
Played a good few hours of that.
It's like a stick figure RPG with kind of funny dialogue. And I'm not a huge RPG person, but it kept my interest for a while.
Yeah. So there was a web-based game a long time ago, I think it's like 2003, called Kingdom of Loathing, which used that same art style. So the team that made that decided, hey, we're going to make a real game. And they made West of Loathing, which is like, the best way to describe it is like South Park Stick of Truth, but with a different kind of humor. Like none of the South Parky, edgy, gross out stuff. Just sort of like a lot of sort of dumb humor, puns, like nothing too absurd or out there, but I think like humor a lot of people can just appreciate. And the game is surprisingly in-depth. Like, if you played all the old Fallout games, where you always had those different options of how to deal with problems, like different conversation options, West of Loathing's got a shit ton of that. And there's a surprising amount of stuff. Like, I drowned a dude in a bathtub, like, really early on. It gave me a choice of how to deal with this bandit. I decided, I'm gonna fucking drown the shithead in a bathtub. And it gave me the Reckless perk, which now, the Ruthless perk, which lets me now deal with some problems in really awful ways, like having a bunch of bandits I'm trying to capture just be eaten by a giant spider that I unleashed on them. I was like, I dig all this choice. I do. I dig this choice a lot.
Yeah, it was surprisingly, like, I loaded it up and I was like, oh, this is going to be ridiculous. And it was actually not that bad. It kept me going, so.
Yeah, I think it's like about 15 hours worth of content. It's probably a bit of replay.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not too bad. It's like $11. It's not even that expensive. The fucking animations are so funny. There's a lot of really fun idle animations where the guy will just start doing handstands and dancing and shit. And there's a silly walk mode where all the walking animations are just completely fucked up and they look like they're bugs.
I didn't see any of those, huh?
Yeah, you unlock that. There's like a secret way to get it at the start of the game, but you unlock it a few hours in, you get the stupid walk mode that you can just enable in options. It's fucking funny.
Okay.
The whole game's just one giant gag. Like, there's some locations that exist for nothing but a 10-minute joke.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was really good. I was very surprised playing it. And then I played Startup Company, which is... Actually, I do like games like that, sim-style games. It was a good game, like straight up. I think it's early access, and it was very surprising, kind of different. I played a couple of games like it. There's a Theme Hospital, and sure, there's SimCity and stuff. But Startup Company is actually a pretty solid game. It had me going for a bit. Probably revisit it eventually, but that was a pretty good game. And then I played Cat Quest. Of course.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week.
I was going to play that yesterday.
It came up on the release list, and we initially overlooked it because we thought, all right, I mean, it's got a stupid name. It's probably one of the shovelware games, that junk that comes on Steam every week. And then we looked at the screenshots, and it looks like, hey, wait, they've actually put some effort into this thing.
It's actually, they don't even need it to be about cats. It's just like a fun game to play. It just seems really polished. The animations are good. The combat's surprisingly fun. Picking up like the XP orbs and the gold is just like enjoyable too, and the leveling was fun. It was just extremely odd. Like I felt like a game I shouldn't like, but I liked.
Yeah, especially with a name like that. You'd think it's just a throwaway bullshit like bait game.
Yeah, exactly. But it didn't feel like that. No,
it doesn't look it either. It's got a nice perspective. The good choice of font, shit like that. The tutorials look really solid.
Yep.
Yeah. I hope the name doesn't kind of hurt it, because I think a lot of people just dismiss it on the basis of what it's called.
I played it today.
Yeah?
It's super fun.
Yeah? What do
you
reckon?
It's mostly in the overworld, and there are a few dungeon areas, but the combat is as simple as, and you can kind of see it on the screen right now, is you attack with X, and A is a dodge roll, and the enemies have a little red circle that appears around them, and you dodge out of the way of that.
Okay.
Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's super fast. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small, depending on the enemy. And then enemies also have magic, and you can have magic too. So, for example, your left trigger is a fire spell you can cast, and it does a huge fire AoE. When you you can go to towns, but you're not like actually going into the town, as you can see on the screen. You're going like just talking to NPCs, and when you sleep, you literally just fall over, and it's the funniest effing thing in the world.
Okay.
It's a solid game. It's actually really super fun, and I hate to say this because not a cat person, but I actually really recommend this game. Like, as a Lyric's right, it doesn't need to be about cats. The cat thing is the cutie bit of it, but like the gameplay and the story is straight up really solid. So I would definitely recommend picking it up.
You can also play it on mobile. I don't know if you guys said that already.
I
did not even know that was a thing.
I
don't know how you would.
Yeah,
I was
didn't
looking
know
for new
people were saying
games.
it was a mobile game. I thought they were lying.
Yeah.
That's surprising. I wonder how well it controls with the keyboard, with the touchscreen, or whether or not they do that little touchscreen joypad emulation thing, which I really fucking hate. My thumb doesn't stay on the screen when they do that thing. It just slides off all the time. It's like there's no resistance, so it controls horribly whenever they do that in a game.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know.
the game, right?
That's the game. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how you would control-wise, playing with a controller was really solid and felt really good. I don't know how I would handle touchscreen shit. I feel like that'd be a pain in the ass.
I played it with an
Find out.
Xbox controller. It felt wicked natural on.
Right, yeah. It was a solid game.
Yeah. What did you do though? Like, I was able to like kill the second dragon or whatever at like level 10. It was really easy, just skipping a bunch of the levels and just going through and just doing that.
Well, as people who know me know, I started and then got the main quest and then immediately found a side quest that was like, help the Lion King. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. And then wandered around and killed NPCs until I was like level 8, and then went into dungeons and forgot about the main quest, and then went back and was like, oh shit, I should probably do stuff, and then ended the video there. So that's what I did.
That sounds right. That sounds like a Jesse playthrough.
That sounds like exactly you. Yeah, you're not so focused on finishing games, more about, I'm just going to wander around and do everything that is in this game, everything that exists, even if it sucks.
There's a lot. I was surprised by early on how many different types of enemies there were. And of course, they're all, God, it's like a Dodger game. There's like a little fox that casts magic. They're cat bats. It's just too much.
I want to see how it feels to play it.
It's very cute
on the phone.
Give it a shot.
But most of it's straight up just kind of like a Zelda-y game.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how you would describe it. Like old school.
I got
No,
that vibe.
I described it the same exact way. It gave definite Zelda vibes. And honestly, getting new gear was fun. I got like this crazy ass flame sword, and I did like a lot more damage. And it's like the visuals look good. The armor is very visual as well.
Yeah, it shows up on your body.
Yeah, exactly. So you know you're kind of progressing in a gear way.
So
Yeah,
it looks like movement on the phone is just drag your finger around, it follows it?
Yeah, you drag your finger around, and
How do you dodge like that, though?
Do you double tap to dodge? How do you?
it shows you a red circle, and then you have to just run out of the circle.
Oh, really?
You don't have a roll?
Really?
I mean, so far there's no roll.
Ooh. There's got to be in some way, like maybe like a slight like slash or something. I don't know. That's like a key mechanic, especially later on when you fight, especially the first boss who's like AoE all the time.
Yeah, I think you're probably not living if...
I thought the dodge rolling was pretty easy though.
It wasn't hard at all. Yeah, and that's why I'm curious what it'd be like on a phone, because I imagine that would be hard.
Oh my god. Yeah, the controller definitely just, I can't imagine playing that on a phone.
Yeah, that does not sound like fun, honestly. Well, if you do figure out how to do the dodge roll on the phone, let us know, but yeah.
I mean, so far I haven't needed it. Everything that I've fought, it just like shows like a red circle, like I'm gonna attack, and then you just walk out.
Well, I mean, you have only been playing it for 2 minutes, so it might get a little more
I know,
difficult
I'm just
later on.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fighting the little furry animal guys who are like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." Those
Yeah,
their voices.
something like that.
It's canonical.
Fair enough.
I'll get you, you kitty.
I'm gonna get you, kitty.
Well, you know, it's kind of surprising that that game actually ended up being good, considering the name. It's kind of neat.
Yep.
How dare
to
you?
hear.
Cat games are always good.
Yeah, right. We mentioned this like every week in the release, like, hey, this game has cat in it, you'll love it, and it ends up just being trash.
I know,
and
and
you
every
hate
time it looks like garbage. It's
Yeah.
such a
But this
disappointment.
time, I mean it.
it's another cat
this
visual
time.
novel or another cat dating simulator or it's this game but cat faces.
Oh, it's a Newgrounds game that was made in a hot minute.
Yeah,
Where you're a
it's
cat.
that BDSM dating simulator with cats.
There's
in
a
it that we
lot of
found
those
last
coming
week.
out.
Oh, yeah,
lately.
that was great.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus. I heard that might have been banned from Steam. Actually, they got like
The
taken off.
BDSM game?
The BDSM game with cats. Yeah, because
Oh,
maybe
what?
maybe that's like a
Disappointment.
little bit too far, possibly.
Disappointing.
Yeah,
Disappointed.
Was that Dark Elf game that?
Oh god, that we
Oh,
saw
there's
that.
another one today that's very similar where you're like, the premise is like, you're a warrior, but will you be a badass or will you just be like a sex slave? That's the premise of the game.
The heiress, I think it's
Yes,
called.
I saw that today. I was like, get
What?
the fuck out.
What
Yeah.
the
They
fuck?
sell though, right?
Sorry,
They sell though, right?
Of course they sell.
I mean,
course
yeah,
they
they
sell.
do.
Top sellers.
I don't know how much. I mean, they do end up with top sellers. I'll check it out. I want to check Steam Spy for Dark Elf, like, because I know they sell a lot of these games like real fucking cheap. So they just ship. Fucking hell, Dark Elf shifted almost 50,000 copies in a week.
That's why I want to make a porn game, TV. That is my next goal.
Apparently you can. I mean, it is only $4, but like, there's no actual nudity in it. If that's what you were looking for, that ain't there. I heard rumors you actually have
No,
to.
but that's why
buy
you
a
have a
patch.
patch on your website.
Yeah,
for the
but
real
apparently for
pervs.
Dark Elf, when we looked at it, it costs 3 times as much as the game to buy the nudity patch. So that's where they get you. That's where you get you.
Look,
I
boobies
wouldn't
sell.
buy that. Yeah. But
No,
boobs sell, and
no,
I'm
no.
in. I'm going to make a game, and it's going to be phenomenal.
I'm actually checking out on my Steam right now on the
Oh
cart.
god. That at least the heiress. I don't know. Like I can't even tell with the heiress because all of the fucking screenshots are obviously just.
You don't need
fake.
the descriptor alone is dirty as hell.
Jesus. Yeah. Well, it's.
And this week today, Galgun VR.
Oh, that.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
thought
Galgun.
Galgun was fine. Throw on the Rift, shoot some girls' clothes off.
But it doesn't even really go that far, does it? Like it
Oh, this game. Oh my
just.
god.
Yeah, it's just a little like you're being swarmed by anime girls. Shoot their bits and they stop. That's like kind of all it is, though, from what I've been told.
That's
is
all the
it
game is. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is terrible.
It's not like if you were looking for nudie bits, you're not getting them. The game doesn't have that.
Lots of kias though.
What? Oh, okay. I didn't
That
even know there was a
was really
term
good.
for that. Yeah, she's
That
well
was a very
practiced when it
good
comes to
yaw.
the weebdom.
Thank you.
Very
That was a solid kya.
Sort of a
I can
speciality.
be in games.
Yeah, resident weeb expert on
You
the
can be
show.
in my game. You'll be the one girl whose clothes always blows off for
Great.
no reason. You'll be like, yeah.
She'll be way in the background. She's not a character that you ever talk to.
Oh no, you know she's your friend. She's the friend character,
Right.
the annoying friend. But whenever she gets excited, her clothes blow off.
Yeah.
And she's always behind like trees.
No.
She's always behind trees and stuff.
Why
yeah,
does
yeah.
this always happen to me?
You know, I feel like you've planned this out a bit more than is comfortable.
I think about this every day. Are you kidding me?
Jesus
This
Christ.
is my curse. My curse is the
My
creation of
cur-
the best
I
hentai
can't
game
stop
ever.
thinking about
I
hentai
can't
games.
stop.
You could be a really good dub voiceover. Something.
Yeah, totally do that. It's the dubbing industry perhaps needs a little bit of help.
Mm.
Cool.
Are you guys surprised though that something like this is out, or these type of games are coming out and now getting pushed to VR?
No,
Not surprised at all.
I don't think so.
not at all.
I mean,
And
it was
not getting pushed to VR. Was that the end of your
No,
question?
and now they're getting pushed to VR. Like,
oh, I got
I don't
you.
think it's surprising at all.
I don't think it's
No,
surprising.
Especially,
No.
I mean, Vive is a very open platform, and obviously Steam is pretty damn open right now as to what they allow. Like they don't draw the line at much. Like I think the recent thing they drew the line out was that house party game. They took that off Steam, but it's actually back now. So I don't know what exactly they did to bring it back and to sort of. Actually, I'm just looking at the article for it because it's house party. It got banned from Steam. The only changes that have been made to the game is that some of the sexual scenes have been altered to force the censor bar on regardless of player settings. Most of the game, including all the nudity, was left in its original form.
Wait. House Party got removed from Steam?
Yeah, it did. It did. It's back now, but they took it down.
Yeah, I played that game, and then after I was like, I got messaged by Twitch, and they're like, never play that game again.
Yeah, I don't know how much you saw of it, but I heard like you can jack off in a girl's face or piss on somebody or whatever. Like
Yep, that is that game.
Yo, hey,
Probably
Lirik,
not
welcome.
what you want.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Yep.
I'm not saying I did any of that. I'm just saying, the VOD is somewhere
Look,
there.
If the game allows you
The
to
VOD
do it,
exists.
I'm surprised Twitch let you keep the VOD for something like that.
Me too, actually.
Because I mean, Twitch is in a weird spot with like what games they let on the service and what they don't. You know, the fact of the matter is you can fucking torture a dude in GTA 5 and that's okay, but anime boobs apparently not. But sometimes they are, and it's such an
As long as they're
inconsistent
not
policy.
the focus, which I think is a very vague way of
That
putting
is
it.
a really vague way of doing it. Because there was the
As
issue
long as you're
with,
not focusing on the titties, you're fine. And it's like,
did Yandere Simulator was still banned, even though like the focus
yeah,
is not
I
on
don't,
the titties
and I
or
don't
whatever.
think that he ever got a response as to why he was banned.
No, he didn't.
But I don't know that for sure. But yeah, he contacted them a couple times, being like, whatever issue it is you have with my game, like we can
Can
talk
you tell
about
me?
it. But they won't.
So someone in
It's
the
weird.
chat's claiming they did get a response. I'm just not sure what that response is. I'll look it up because I don't know. It will continue to be a problem. Like if you're gonna have such a vague policy, which is like, well, okay, you can do this thing. Oh wait, now you can't. And some streams, especially the smaller streams, are gonna get banned midstream for doing it.
Yep.
And that's not really something that is a particularly good business policy. According to Kotaku, they said a year later, Yandere Sim still hasn't had a Twitch response. So it doesn't look like they got one.
Interessant.
Oh, never mind. There was an update a month after that in February saying that they had got a response. I don't really know what it is because he made a video about it instead of actually telling them.
So, what is, having not played it but knowing the concept of it, the game itself is just like you murdering girls? Is that what it is?
It's you as a high school girl murdering other girls, and the game is built in a way where there's like lots of different ways that you can kill these girls.
Okay.
So there are plenty of like things that it could potentially be violating. It's just that he doesn't know, or maybe he does know now, but like at the time he had no idea like what thing about the game was so bad that people weren't allowed to stream it, right?
I mean, I guess the concept in itself is pretty bad.
Yeah,
like, you know, that's not yeah, there's some limits, but whatever. I'm really curious about the standards of Twitch and Steam and stuff like that, because you know, boobs, I don't get how people are super offended by that, but I've shot Hitler in the testicles, and I feel like, you know, someone might be offended by that, but I don't think anyone is. I blew his testicles off. It was great. It was the most fun I've had in a long time. But you saw his testicles explode. And so I feel like, is that a line crossing? Apparently not.
Apparently not.
It moves and changes, and I'm very curious what the rules and standards are for games that can be on Steam or games that can be on Twitch or I don't know. I'm just always curious about that, because it's a very
very vague. A lot of goalposts moving.
Like for Yondir, like I think I played that maybe like a year ago, and compared to some of the stuff, like if you consider House Party, now it's banned, or like even any other game, that really wasn't that bad. It was just like gore and like some upskirts and just the concept of you killing other high school students. But maybe that is controversial.
See, that's what I was wondering is like maybe it was the age, right?
Possibly.
Because a lot of people are saying like it sounds like the same basic concept of Hitman, except you're in high school.
I mean, literally,
and maybe it's because you're kids.
Yeah,
you're like a kid killing other kids. I don't know.
According to the article that I have right here, supposedly they did get, and obviously I can't bring up the video right now or on stream where he explains all this stuff, but he said he got a list of points that were a problem, but the email stated that simply removing these elements today would not ensure removal from our list of prohibited games. And it does acknowledge that apparently other titles have similar gameplay elements, but it states that Twitch is reluctant to review a game whose development is still in progress. So I think they recommended like getting a rating from the ESRB, and they said they'd review the game again once it's like closer to launch, like once it's pretty much ready to go, because they don't want to keep going back. And I was like, oh, God forbid that Twitch actually, checks things. But how many have you run into any other occurrences where Twitch has been like, nope, don't stream that Lirik, or is it just like those two?
It's usually all of the anime hentai style games, honestly.
Mhm.
Those are usually the ones, like Dark Elf or whatever that game was we just mentioned. That got chosen for my sub Sunday, but before I got a message saying, hey, just in case, don't stream this. House Party, I streamed it, and then after it's like, yeah, don't ever stream that game again. It's gonna get banned, or it's gonna be I guess a blacklisted game or whatever.
Mhm.
But those are usually the games. I can't think of any specific ones, but it's very rare when that does happen. But it's very specific games. At the end of the day, it doesn't really affect me because it's like
I know
not
that-
really.
English
there's a
anyway,
lot,
so whatever.
yeah.
I know that when Conan Exiles was first playable, and everybody was making their dicks like as long as their legs, they were like, "What do we do?"
Yeah, I mean,
They're like, "What do we do
Honestly,
about this?"
No, that's a really good point. What about that game?
I think the issue, we go back to what you were saying earlier, Dodge, about it can't be the focus. I think what they were doing with Conan Exiles, if I remember correctly back then, because it's not banned, mostly because can't ban a survival game. That's a bag of money, But I think what they said was they would be monitoring streams, and if you were spending too much time focusing on the dick thing, then they would probably tell you to cut that shit out. But
if you made your dick huge and then you spent a huge amount of time on your stream just like looking at other people's dicks and talking about your dick.
Yeah, I think that's where
like,
it is.
Shut it down.
Yeah, but that's difficult. They clearly don't have enough staff to enforce that kind of shit. We've got a topic coming up later about them clearly not enforcing their guidelines on various streams that are breaking them. But this is a list that has Honey Pop banned, by the way. Like, Honey Pop is banned on Twitch.
Dare they?
Which,
That is a
frankly,
classic.
It's a treasure.
It's a pretty
national
fucking
treasure.
tame game, all things considered. And Conan Exiles, with giant swinging helicopter dicks, that's fine. I don't know.
Actually, speaking of swinging dicks,
Yes.
Rust would be a good example.
Okay.
I think
Yes.
the main thing is if the game doesn't revolve around like sexual nature, then it gets banned. Like, granted, like Rust, everyone's swinging everything around and you see literally everything, and you can censor stuff, but you don't need to censor it. But it's not like the whole game's based off that, and you could apply the same logic to Conan Exiles. Like, everyone had huge dicks, but that wasn't the point of the game.
And it wasn't real. Too many huge dicks. That's just not. That's not right, guys.
That's
right?
that's not real. That's not real.
Yeah, no one's going to be
That's not
misled by that.
real.
Absolutely not. Well, so big swinging dicks, as long as you don't focus on, you're all good. You're all good. Yes, that's the point. Second Life isn't allowed either. Well, considering the shit that's in Second Life, I don't actually blame them for that. It's arguable if that's even a game.
Second Life is a silly cesspool.
And you can say
that game's been on the list for so long.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that like 5 years ago or something. It's always been on the ban list. So
And you can say that Second
the
Life
best.
isn't about sex, but let's be real. No one is playing Second Life not trying to get Second Life laid. That's the whole point of that weird game. That's why it exists.
I think that's why there's so many issues with it, right? Is because so many people use it to try and like cyber with each other. Do people still use that term? They try to cyber with each other.
Yeah, it's like, wait, they're doing the cyber.
Yes, we're going to do some good old-fashioned cybering.
Indeed.
cybering.
ASL on the AIM Messenger,
ASL?
right? Yeah.
guaranteed.
The only reason why AOL still exists is it's your
For
number one
ASL?
cybering platform.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, how many people still use that? Oh, how many people still use
many
ICQ,
people.
man?
Too many.
Jeez. Going back in the fucking day there. Oh, nostalgia. How wonderful. And swinging dicks. Maybe not so much. All right, who wants to throw into that in the ring? Who's got a game? Because I got loads of games, I've got plenty of games, but what you guys got?
I just want to say this really quickly before we move on. I finished Hellblade.
Yes. Came up last week. We had a big long discussion about that one.
Yeah, so after starting it last week, and like we talked about it on the podcast, and you guys were like, I don't know, it's just I started it. I from the get-go was in because that game is straight up ASMR. It's creepy ASMR, but that is like all around. Find some time. Find a weekend. Get some headphones, put them shits on, play this game. It is not. There is not a deep combat mechanic here. It's not that difficult. But there's puzzles and stuff that if you're a dummy like me, might take a little bit of time on. But with that said, the experience itself, I loved. I know you were not a fan of all the voices, TB, but I was like in. I was in from moment one. They straight up like fourth wall break in this game. And I was having Mr. Robot vibes. I was losing my shit playing this thing. And if you like games for experiences rather than like it made
mechanics,
me laugh, or it made me like it was a cool combat. Yeah, I know people who like if you're a huge Dark Souls fan, you're gonna look at this game and be like, the fuck is the combat in this? Like, this is terrible. But if you're looking for something a little bit more than just a walking simulator, something that is a little bit of a challenge and really messes with you and gives you a really cool story that's basically Dante's Inferno but with Celts, this is it. It's super cool. I loved every minute of it. I thought it was really intense.
How long did it take you to finish?
It was over 2 days, so I would say 6-7 hours, something like that.
Okay.
Although
me too, so yeah.
I will admit right off the bat, I got to a point in the game where literally you're being chased by this thing and you also have to solve shit, and I just switched to easy mode because I was like, fuck it, I just want to beat this thing.
Yeah,
so,
you want the experience.
Yeah.
Look, I'm curious, because we had this kind of discussion last week about whether or not this is a game that's sort of good for streaming, like as an audience game, or something you should kind of play alone. What do you reckon to that?
Any single player game personally, I'm looking forward to. I stream, so I don't really consider that a factor. But after streaming that game, it felt like just like any other single player game. It looked like chat was really into it.
Okay.
We also watched like at the end there's like I don't know if you watched it, Jesse, but it was like a little video of how they made it, what the full game was about, essentially.
Yes.
And like we watched that together, and like I don't know, everyone was pretty respectful and stuff, and it was just like it was a good experience, and yeah, it was a fine single player game to stream, honestly.
Yeah, it's the number one thing I took away, and it hit me at the very beginning, was the very first credit in the game is the mental health supervisor. So the first person out the gate, they're like, this person really affected this game. I was like, all right. And it shows. It is not an experience. Like, you'll be, I don't know if like tense is the right word, but whatever you're going to, if you play just like by yourself, I imagine the experience with a chat is a little bit different, but if you're by yourself just playing it, you're going to feel something. I don't know what, but like, I was in a weird space the entire game. It just didn't feel right, but I wanted to keep going. And I was like, oh my God, I have to see how this ends. So
I felt the same way. Like, I thought the combat was getting pretty stale. The puzzles were getting kind of stale, but I was like, I need to know what's happening. And like some of the scenes were extremely intense. It was kind of like, whoa, this is a little real. But I think it's just because the graphics and the facial animations were just amazingly done. So, and the voice acting, like you said, it is ASMR. I particularly like the British lady's voice.
Yes,
she whispered. She reminded me of like the Dark Souls lady in the trailers, the CGI trailers they do.
I was really blown away by the fact that you, the player, become a character in the game. Like, from the get-go, you're a part of it more than just, and you don't know. And I love that idea. Like, you don't know what you are, but everyone in the game starts talking to you, and you're like, the fuck?
It's like a mind fuck.
It's super cool.
Dude, that game looks so cool. I need to just sit and play it.
Yeah, it won't take long. It's definitely like, if you can do long nights, you can finish that in a night.
No, for sure.
Cool. I'm glad that some people enjoy it. I'm not gonna play it. I've seen enough to know that it's not my kind of thing. Clearly not my kind of thing. But I'm glad some people seem to really be digging it, though. They're coming off it like saying, you know, this was a really cool experience and this was really unique and something I haven't had before. And that's great. You know, again, it just gives more credence to the idea that games don't have to be fun, but they got to be compelling, and you can compel people in different ways than just like, this is fun. You know, you can scare people, you can make people sad, you can make people distressed, you can make them anxious or nervous or those things, apparently.
There are multiple moments in the game where there's clearly nothing there that can hurt you, but the voices are like, run, run, run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I just start running because the game tells me to run.
Yep. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of articles breaking down whether or not it actually portrays psychosis in a proper way. God knows. I couldn't say. But
I don't know how. I don't know how you do it properly. Like, this might be the closest you can. I have no idea.
maybe.
Yeah.
I thought they did a
It's
really good
different
job.
for everyone, right?
Granted, I don't have that, so I can't relate. But from the experience, it's like it gives you a good inside look at someone suffering from that.
It seems to
be experiencing. So
yeah. That's cool. You know, that's a very hard thing to properly represent in games, particularly in sort of when games are sort of very flippant about a lot of things. You know, like they treat death as like just a non-issue or an inconvenience or whatever. So it's hard to really get any emotional impact out of the player with that. But seems like these guys did a good job in this respect. It's great. Glad to hear it. Very nice. I can talk a little bit about XCOM 2's new expansion, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. Streamers got access to that yesterday. Cool. And holy shit. There's a lot there. A lot to talk about with it.
More customization?
Huge amounts of that. Yeah, if you were into customizing and playing dress up and all this shit and like naming your characters, giving them backstories and stuff, XCOM 2 like has completely embraced that idea. Like it's gone several steps further. Firstly, they put in a system which is a little bit like Fire Emblem, where you can have bonds between squad mates. Like they can form a single bond with a single person. The more they work together, the bigger the bond gets. It doesn't go full waifu or any shit. Like you don't get to marry the person at the end of it like fucking Fire Emblem. So if you're looking for your waifu simulator, then stick to Fire Emblem. XCOM is not that. But there's all sorts of things that can happen. If a bond mate dies, the other guy can go crazy on the battlefield, and there'll be other effects. They've added negative traits into the game, so kind of like Darkest Dungeon. So people can get traits that will not be good at all. You know, you may even want to actually dismiss people if they get too bad, but you can cure them in the medical center.
I always hated that. I never liked that about Darkest Dungeon or that mechanic, because it's like you get attached to a character, and then it's like, oh god, they have like 20 diseases.
Yeah,
just put them out of their misery, and attachment goes away.
I think like Darkest Dungeon makes characters way more disposable than something like XCOM does. Especially like Darkest Dungeon has almost.
Agree.
I mean, the thing about Darkest Dungeon, it's hard to get attached to the characters, I think, because there's almost no visual customization of any sort. Sure, you can set the name, but then you've got like 2 or 3 different recolors, and that's it. In fucking XCOM, you can customize every part of the armor with hundreds of parts. You can change colors, patterns, names, backstories. Now you've got these bonds, and you have the best feature in any video game ever. You can make custom propaganda posters of your soldiers, and they appear on the walls, not only in your Avenger base, but also on the walls in missions. Fucking incredible. They just released a tool today, a couple of hours ago, the XCOM 2 Propaganda Center, where for free you can use like your characters and build your propaganda posters. You can do it right now. You can download and do it right now. And you can export them and post them on Twitter. But the fact that they appear in game is fucking great. Like, it's like a weird Instagram thing. You could put filters on it and everything. We put out one yesterday. The first person that died in the first mission, she was in heavy cover. She got shot and killed instantly anyway. We put out a memorial poster because it gives you the option to do that. And it says, I was in heavy cover, this is bullshit. And it appears on the memorial wall in the bar. And it showed up in a mission as well, like when we're fighting zombies. It's like, this...
that would have been so useful for me.
Oh, God. It's... you could spend more time...
I was shot through a wall, Jesse.
Yeah, I was shot through a wall.
Right,
Fuck
I was
this
shot
shit.
through a wall.
Yeah. And people ask, is there any point? And I'll say this, right? Here's the point. Here's why it's here. It's not just for you to fuck around with and waste time with, although you can do that. They want you to value the lives of your soldiers in that game because they want you to be more emotionally invested, make better decisions, and get real fucking upset when you lose. You're already upset because you lost a character you worked a long time on. But once you start naming them and coloring them and giving them a backstory, they have a bond mate, so that's even more upsetting. And then there's posters about all their victories and shit. It's like, yeah, these guys won this and this guy's won this, and then they tragically died in a grenade accident or whatever. I think actually it serves a purpose to get you more emotionally invested in what's otherwise a turn-based strategy game, right? So I think it does matter. Even though it's kind of funny bullshit, it's still like more important than people give it credit for. That's what I'd say about that.
Are you guys like really big XCOM fans? I never fully got into it, but it's just not my style of game.
TB is. I think we all watch TB play it. Because
Mostly
he always
'cause you
makes
watched
all
me
of us as characters.
Yeah. There's the war
And then we're like
story.
rooting for ourselves.
It was the war story about the first time I beat the game in about 70 hours. It was before the game first came out. I got an early review copy, and I just went in on it because I was so into it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to finish this game, and I rarely ever finish them. So I beat the final mission. The final mission, we had all of us, like, it was Dodger, Strip, and Jesse was in there. You know, I named them after all kind of streamer colleagues. Final fucking mission, fucking Strippin' and Dodger team, right? Dodger, like, fucking assassin, shotgunner, sword, sniper is Strippin', elite sniper. They work together. They cover each other's back. Final fucking mission, Dodger finally dies. She dies to a chrysalid, which is the thing that basically lays eggs in you, and then you explodes as another chrysalid kind of zombie. Fucking Strippin' has to shoot the chrysalid zombie in the head after Dodger dies in the final fucking mission. Like, that's so cool to see in a game. It's just a stupid little war story, but yeah, it's good, like, emergent storytelling. It's not scripted. That's just shit that can happen. And I think that's why it's so compelling. And the game's got so much fucking content. And this expansion, holy fuck, there's so much. I'm encountering new stuff all the time. There's a new type of enemy where it's basically like a horde of, like, different kinds of zombies. And there's this headshot mechanic where if you headshot a zombie, you just get another free action, so you can keep fucking doing it. So there's hordes of, usually the game never throws like 50 enemies at you because you could never handle that. And in a turn-based game, that's bad. But they put this headshot mechanic in, so you can just keep going. Like, fucking, you can go fucking full McCree, it's high noon on these fuckers. Just pull your pistol like boom, 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 boom. So it feels completely different. There's these rebel factions you can ally with who have this all cool abilities. One of them's voiced by fucking Worf, so he sounds badass. Just sounds like a Klingon, because he is.
Do you know how much the DLC is going to be?
It's $30. It's a full-on expansion. Like, it's just laden with new fucking content.
Have they been good with, like, content and stuff?
I'd say that up to this point, the DLC for XCOM 2 has been relatively weak. Like, they did a DLC which is basically just new items for customization for the most part, which was okay, but still. Then they did one called Shen's Last Gift, and they did one called Alien Hunters. They were okay. They didn't add a huge amount. But this is kind of the same thing that happened with the original XCOM. They did some DLC that's like, Like, actually, the DLC was shit. Like, Slingshot for XCOM was really bad. It was like 3 shitty missions and a weapon. But this one actually is a $40 expansion, and it's just like overhauls the whole game. Like, it's a brand new game basically right off the bat. If you didn't like XCOM, like, for the combat, you're still not going to like it. That's not going to change your mind. But there's so much new stuff and so many tactical options now that it just feels like a whole new experience. I'm loving it so far. I'm not far enough in to, like, give a full assessment of it, because it's just like, it's the depth of the fucking Mariana Trench. I'll be in there for like 50, 60 hours before I see everything. But it's definitely worth it. I'm going to install this and play it again. And holy shit, look at all this new stuff. Really impressed. Really impressed by it. It'll be fun to watch streams of too. I love watching other people play XCOM.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the streams popping up on Twitch. So
I think it's an enjoyable viewer game because you're all there to experience the bullshit with everybody. It's like watching Darkest Dungeons. Why people like that, right?
And like the RNG that can just kill you, right? It's a very RNG based game, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's less so than Darkest Dungeon. Like, you have a lot of control over that RNG, but you can still, just like the example I gave in the first thing, I was in heavy cover, right? Heavy cover usually means like a basic enemy's maybe going to hit you 25% of the time, but they're still going to hit you 1 in 4 times, right? And the guy got crit and died instantly. And we're like, fuck, that's like RNG bullshit, but it depends on how tolerant you are to that. You can still see, like, you watch Beagle Rush play, he plays on the highest difficulty and he fucking owns the game. So it can't be that RNG if you can reliably beat it on the highest difficulty over and over again. So you've got to be somewhat good at it.
I hate streaming XCOM.
Yeah.
Because everybody backseats like a
Backseat
They do
games,
backseat
which is
like
why
a
you like
fucker,
it, TB, because you're that guy who's like, I played 75,000 hours of it, and so I go
I'm
to watch.
still shit at it. I'm still bad. Like, I have played over 100 hours
I
of
was
it.
like, oh, you suck at this.
I mean, I do like proving people wrong, but I
You're
also...
the chat of XCOM.
I
You
like taking bullshit risks, and people are like, that's suboptimal. Like, you're right, but it's fun. I don't give a fuck. Let's just fucking do it. Rush, go. And sometimes they die, sometimes they don't.
I feel like I have more of a right to be like, you can shout to the wind as much as you want, but I have every right to ignore you if I actually know what I'm doing for the most part.
Yeah.
In XCOM, I fully admit I do not know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I think he's in cover. It says 90% chance to hit, but I still missed. I don't fucking know.
Well, that means there was a 10% chance to miss.
I have the same exact experience, Dodger.
Yep. It can really it's tricky to deal with, but simultaneously, I guess people do find that enjoyable to kind of quarterback you, but it's really hard not to see it and just get annoyed by it. It's like, I'm just playing it. Come on.
Yeah.
Also, don't make my game boring by like, well, I better wait for the chat to come up with what the optimal solution is and then execute it.
Oh no, I don't do that either. But like.
And I think it's more entertaining for the viewer when you do make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Getting out of shitty situations you got yourself into is fun. It's enjoyable to watch. And I think some people get schadenfreude from like, I'm getting too confident in the hubris, and then they get schadenfreude from you fucking up and dying.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertaining.
God, schadenfreude is such a good word that we do not use enough.
We maybe don't, yeah. Don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but hey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching more people's streams on that over the coming weeks. It'll be good viewing. It's kind of like Hearthstone where you could share the misery, you know.
Yeah.
When RNG bullshit just kills you, I'm like, yeah, that's happened to me. I can relate to you. This feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be seeing a lot more of that. The stream embargo lifted yesterday. I think you can stream any of it except for some of the really end-game cutscenes. You're not allowed that, but it comes out in a couple of weeks. Seems like it runs a lot better, too. XCOM 2 used to run like shit. It runs way better now. So, that's good. Good shit. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more of the games we've been playing, and there's so many of them. And then we'll be covering a few quick fire topics and probably going into the main topic of the show before we pick some stuff out of the release list for you. Again, we're not going to read all the releases this week because it's bullshit. Well, but we found a few things on the list that might be of interest. You're watching the Co-optional Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace.com/cooptional. Go check them out. They support the show, and here's a little ad that I wrote earlier. Can't guarantee it's going to be funny, but here we go.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
so
great.
good.
It's gonna be so
Good
good.
goofs.
Just it's anti-humor is what
Just
it
so
is.
many
Anti-humor.
goofs.
Yeah.
All the goofs.
We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. As if this day couldn't get any worse. Still no response from our web designer, and our website is weeks behind schedule. What are we even paying this guy for? Thank God, finally an email. I'm sure our decision to choose web design is totally really hard and you need to pay us lots of money to do it, youidiot.com, will be rewarded. Dear name of client, we are sorry to hear about your select problem from list here. Unfortunately, our incredibly talented and very necessary to the survival of your business and or personal project you're really into is out of the country at the moment. Due to the unreliability of sending packets of data from foreign countries, it is a security issue for him to engage in web design while outside the United States. This is for the protection of your important data / page documenting your knitting project and stuff about cats. Please contact us again in a few weeks. Thank you for your business. Well, I don't know a lot about web design, and these guys seem like they know what they're doing, so I guess I'm glad they're protecting our data. I guess we'll just have to wait. Several weeks later. For God's sake, we need this website online. It's been weeks. He's got to be back from this overseas trip by now. The conveniently timed email arrived. Dear name of client, we regret to inform you that your designer is no longer with the company. He met the girl of his dreams in insert country here, and is living out a frugal but honest existence in a small hut in the mountains. He was also in possession of the only copy of your website, and we believe it has been sacrificed to the local tribespeople in exchange for a herd of milking goats. We would be happy to reassign your project to another one of our expert designers. Please note all payments received up to this point are non-refundable. Thank you for choosing web design is totally really hard, and you need to pay us lots of money to do it, idiot.com. Because you're too stupid to build a website. We know. We said so. What an unfortunate turn of events. How could we possibly create a website without the help of expert designers? Wait, What's this? Squarespace.com/cooptional. They say you can create a beautiful website in just minutes with absolutely no experience required. They'll even give you 10% off your first order and a free trial if you use the link squarespace.com/cooptional. That sounds too good to be true. Oh, look at this stuff. It looks so professional, and look at these testimonials. Testimonial from Jesse Cox, Casanova of the internet. It's well recognized at this point that I'm absolutely hopeless at anything technical or demanding of hard work, but Squarespace allowed me to set up the website of my dreams and hide all my discrepancies behind professionally designed and eye-catching templates. Here's another one. Testimonial from Dodger, a professional anime saleswoman.
It started off with a burning desire to document my ever-growing collection of mugs, which rapidly threatens to take over my house and marriage. But now I create websites for just about anything in no time at all. Thanks to all the features that Squarespace offers and incredibly quick purchases from Squarespace domains with no hidden fees, I can inflict all my ridiculous fandoms, obsessions, and life-eroding hobbies onto others, whether they like it or not.
You know what? These sound like people I can trust. Why don't you give it a try yourself at squarespace.com/cooptional and get 10% off your first order and a free trial. Oh, what's this? Another email. Dear name of client, things didn't work out in the mountain village for our web designer, so he's back and ready to restart your project. It's now against his spiritual beliefs to keep backups or indeed to save files, so he'll be dictating the HTML code entirely in Cantonese to an intern who frankly should be glad to even be here with the economy in the shape that it's in. You know you suck too much to do this yourself. Let us do it for you. Eventually. You know what? I think I found a different business partner. Create your own beautiful website on Squarespace. There's no excuses, no barriers, and nothing stopping you from making the site of your dreams all by yourself. With the help of Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 support, excellent integrated features, and automatic security updates, you can keep your site just the way you like it. All you need now are some ideas. Head over to squarespace.com/cooptional to get 10% off your first order and a free trial. Stop making excuses and start making your next move with Squarespace. We won't sell your data for a herd of milking goats. I mean, maybe if they're like really, really good milking goats. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-Optional podcast. Hopefully you really enjoyed the sounds. Probably my favorite OC remix track ever, which is The Passing of the Blue Crown. It's a Mega Man 3 remix. Just, fantastic. It's by 62 Sound, Steppo, and Zircon. It's some good stuff. Check out ocremix.org for a ton of free video game remixes. There's thousands of them. They just released a new album, I think, today, which all their albums are free, by the way. So their latest one is Mirror Image, A Link to the Past Remixed. So it's all Zelda music.
I have a question.
What you got?
That might be showing my hand a bit too much. What does the term thrower mean?
What?
So somebody...
In the context of what?
Here's the context. The title of an article that somebody just sent to me.
Okay.
Called, What are the chances of a thrower for every 100 competitive games?
Oh, someone throwing a game?
Someone throwing the game on purpose.
Yeah. Fuck. It's making sense now.
I mean,
I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I hadn't clicked on it yet, but I was like, a thrower.
Are you talking about that Overwatch? Is it Overwatch related?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard about that. Was it yesterday? Big complaint on PlayStation 4 that there's a bunch of accounts who they level themselves up only to then ruin competitive games and stream that.
What? Why?
Because they're assholes. They basically, I heard, and I'm not going to name names because I'm not going to make these fuckheads famous, but one of them supposedly says, someone has to leave the game or you're going to lose it. And if nobody leaves the game when he demands, and he plays a bunch of obnoxious fucking sound effects and shit, because I assume he's 8 years old, his fucking balls haven't dropped yet, he ruins the game for people.
More than one person does this in the world?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, by so supposedly the guy...
Why do you find that surprising?
Yeah.
It's just such a fucking waste of time.
Welcome to the internet. That's
what
like
the fuck?
Like,
well,
he gets a
bear in
kick
mind,
out
if
of
he's streaming it, he can also make money off it, which, at that point,
Yes.
that's
But
less
then
of
who
just...
wants to watch that too?
Are you
That's
kidding
not fun
me?
to watch, is
Who
it?
watches drama channels on YouTube?
assholes.
Who watches drama videos on YouTube? Fucking most worthless form of life on YouTube, drama videos, and the people that fucking make them. People watch that shit all the time. Some people are just fucking malicious. A lot of really
sensibilities
nasty
are
kids.
too pure for this world.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I've
you're
myself
too
involved in.
you're too
Go
innocent
back
for
to
this world.
crocheting and making soap.
Don't worry, I never dropped those things. I've just been maintaining.
Well, it's always good to hear you never drop the soap. Hey. Ah, yes, indeed. All right, we'll get back on some games momentarily. I would like to do a quick plug for something that's coming, by the way. I can finally tell you what the secret game is that I'm playing tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yep.
Go on.
I'm going to be streaming Warhammer Total War 2 tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. Looking forward to doing that.
Did you like the first one?
I really did, yeah. I had a boycott on Sega for a few years because they fucked with my YouTube channel, which kind of sucked. But once we lifted it, yeah,
A lot of people really liked Total War.
Warhammer Total War, yeah.
It did really well.
It's the best one for a while, I think. It was very, very good. Extremely good, in fact. Sorry, not tomorrow. We're streaming it to the 17th, so it's Thursday. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, just a quick correction.
Take all these lies.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I lied. Yeah, it's the 17th that we're streaming it. But I think the thing that people liked about it is that there's been some rough Total Wars, right? Empire was pretty rough. They followed up with Napoleon, which was better, but like the release of Empire was a mess. Rome 2 was a mess on launch. It's a bit better now, but it was still really, really buggy. And then they had Attila, which was okay, but not that well received. So I think when they got Total War Warhammer right out of the gate, that was just good, and it worked really well, and it wasn't completely full of bugs, and it had a theme that people really liked. You know, historical themes are great. I love them doing that. But having a fantasy-based one and seeing what they could do with fantasy as opposed to historical units, I think is really, really great. So I liked Warhammer Total War a lot. They've expanded the content a lot. They just released Norska, so you can play a new faction that right now. And what they told everybody is that you're going to be able to play both campaign maps together, Warhammer 1 and 2, to make like a mega map.
Whoa.
So, huge campaign.
I was going to say Total War was already pretty big, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Just so we're on the same page, I always get confused because there's so many. Is this the one with the orcs and the whole?
Yeah.
Yep. Orcs, elves,
Warhammer
Empire,
Universe.
Chaos. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the one they released. I only did the multiplayer though because I was like, why would you not want to try like 10,000 orcs versus like 10,000 elves or whatever? It lagged the shit out of my computer, but it was worth it.
Yeah, it'll do that.
Worth it.
Yeah, I think it was what Strippin and JP did, because they had a co-op campaign mode where you could kind of, either you could ally together and split stuff up. Obviously, Dodger, this is a sore point for you because you're shaking your head on it.
They were playing it so late into the night. It was at the time when Sam didn't have an office here, so he always streamed from home. And I had gone to bed because it was fucking 4 a.m, right? And I woke up to him screaming, screaming because he was so upset about something that was happening in Total War. And I thought he was dying downstairs. I was like, oh my God. I like ran downstairs and he was just fucking screaming at JP about Total War. And I lost my shit. I was like, you motherfuckers. So that's what I always think of when I think of them playing Total War together. But they had a lot of fun. Really liked it.
Yeah, I am looking forward to the second one. I enjoyed the first one. I want to see where they go with it.
Is it mainly for the single player campaign? Is that why you're looking forward to it?
Yeah. The multiplayer, I've liked the idea of it, but like I think the real meat of the game is this big long campaign that you can really get your teeth into. And building your forces from just being like a shitty little warband of crappy units to being hugely experienced guys with big leveled up dudes riding dragons and shit. There's a good amount there. Like, you know, I think like the strategy layer of Total War, like the turn-based part, the empire building's always like been a bit of an afterthought. And it's more about the tactical battles. But I think like the strategy layer contextualizes everything you're doing. So every battle kind of matters for some reason. So, yeah, I'll play it for that reason. I've played a lot of the other Total War games for that reason as well. I've liked some more than those. I still think Medieval 2 is like my favorite one. Medieval Total War 2. Fucking war elephants in that game, and oh god, there's so many good things. And there were good mods too. They made a Lord of the Rings mod for it that was really good.
Yeah, I will say I think Total War Warhammer was like the first one I sunk my teeth into because I don't know, I love fantasy, so, and that just looked amazing. It was like a good fusion, I felt like, so.
Yeah, I think so. I want to see what they could do with other properties, you know? Like, give them something else. I mean, hell, give them, like, a Tolkien thing or whatever. There's already a mod for it. Why not give them that franchise and have them work on it officially.
Mm.
So remember, like, the last Lord of the Rings strategy game we had was like Battle for Middle Earth.
Mm.
That was really good. Actually, you can't buy it anymore because I think they lost the license, so they couldn't release it as a digital game. But holy shit, that game actually had some really cool moments in it. Super cool. Yeah, stream that on the 17th. Looking forward to it. Gonna see what's going on with it. There'll be some YouTube videos about that as well. All right, let's do some more games. What you got? Dodger, tell something at me.
God, I haven't really played much of anything new. And you guys are gonna
Old
make
is
fun
good
of me.
too.
I've been playing a lot of Minesweeper.
What?
What?
I mean, I'm not gonna make fun of you for it. I'm just gonna be a little confused.
I might make fun of you.
Because like I don't think I'm the only one who, when I was a kid, played Minesweeper, but it was just like you click until you hit a bomb and then you lose, right? You didn't actually like play Minesweeper.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
I've never been that bored.
No,
we had very
no.
limited games available on
No,
my
for
PC
sure.
when I was a little kid. But it was basically like Solitaire or Minesweeper. And so I was like, there's one where things explode. So I would click until I hit a bomb. And I started streaming Minesweeper, and it's super fun because like it's all a logic game, right?
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
every time that I stream it, I ask my chat, like, what's an area that I should look at? Like, what's an area that I can 100% work through if I think about it enough? And then they'll tell me where to look. And so I feel like every time I play Minesweeper now, I like learn a new trick, like a new, like, oh, well, yeah, this makes sense because of this. And this makes sense because of this. I feel like it's making me smarter. It's like really fun to play now.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the last time I saw someone play Minesweeper was maybe like a year ago, and I think it was Kriparian streaming it to like 20,000 people.
I literally streamed it last night, not to 20,000 people, but enough people that I was like, what
Okay.
the fuck are you all doing here playing fucking Minesweeper?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to deny that Minesweeper is like a classic and it's compelling and stuff, but it's been viewed in so many ways as just a filler for when you have nothing better to do.
Oh God. Even after the stream went down, because Twitch has been having some issues. Right?
It fucking
So-
has. It went bonkers
Yeah.
yesterday.
So my stream died and there was nothing that I could do to bring the stream back. So we just like ended it. But I sat there for another like hour and kept playing Minesweeper. It's really like you get so excited. I don't know, it's the same feeling that I get in other games where you're just trying to progress mentally. Like you like seeing your own, I don't know, you like noticing that you're better as a person in some way, whether it's like your reaction or your thought processes. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it actually tell you when you win?
Yeah.
This is coming from someone who's never won it before, so actually.
yeah. Once you've
This is
found
true,
all
yeah.
of the bombs, once everything that isn't a bomb has been clicked, you win.
Okay.
So it's also kind of interesting because so many people show up to those streams and have never seen Minesweeper before. And I'm like, what? I thought everybody knew what Minesweeper was. So then I have to explain Minesweeper, which is odd, but it's fun. So yeah, lots of Minesweeper, but also just like Path of Exile, which we talked about last time, Gigantic, which we talked about last time.
Path of Exile still going well. Seems to be still a lot of people are streaming it and having a good time. JP's still obsessed with the damn thing.
He's like beaten it like 4 times now. He just keeps making a new character and then playing it again. I'm like,
Wow, he is really into that.
you're into it, yeah. And then I did try out Pub Battlegrounds once they added in the first person.
You're digging that first person mode as well?
I don't see a benefit one way or the other.
Okay.
Like if I were to comment on which way feels smoother to play,
All right.
I don't think that either does necessarily. I was hoping that things like opening doors would be a bit cleaner because you would like literally look at the door and just hit F and it should open, right? But I found that I have the same amount of issues like getting things to open, like grabbing the correct thing, that kind of stuff.
Still polished that the game needs.
Yeah, but it is nice to have the option, I think.
Sure.
If you're like me and when you pick up a cool coat, you like to see the cool coat, then that disappointment is there.
Oh.
You pick up a coat and you're like, this coat looks fucking awesome, but you can't see it because you're
No
in first
player
person.
unknown fashion
No, I
grounds
agree.
for you.
That is the biggest downside, I think, of first person.
Yeah.
You lose all the visual stuff you see on your character.
What the fuck is going on with this skirt? This like $500 pink skirt that you can have in the game.
What?
Like $500 real dollars for a pink skirt in the game.
Okay.
That's a thing, right?
I think
Wait a
everyone just like mentally decided that that's going to be the most expensive item in the game.
It's
Thanks,
sort of like just a running joke, really.
Yeah, and like the skins like aren't that great in the game. They're very, very mediocre. So it's like, but it's like the hot shit right now. So
Sure.
Where is it being sold though? How is it being sold? I don't understand.
Do they have Steam Marketplace up for that thing yet?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
as soon as you log in, you can buy like they have a
yeah.
thing that says buy crates. So and you can I'm pretty sure you
Okay.
can get everything that's
Skirt.
on the marketplace.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, pleated mini skirt. The black one is $121. Blue pleated mini skirt is $120.
Sure.
The most expensive one is a school skirt, which is $176.
Of course it is.
Hmm.
Pink.
Okay.
Nothing.
Ridiculous.
Somebody bought that shit, I guess.
As if that game hasn't made enough money already, that skin economy is going to make money hand over fist. There's no question.
Oh,
Game's
yeah.
too popular for it not to be the case. Christ. And then, because didn't they say they were... I don't know if it was after launch that they are probably moving to just keyed chests? Or are they still going to keep
They did
unlocked
mention that, didn't
chests
they?
as
I'm
well?
trying to remember what it is that they said exactly.
Wait. I'm sorry. What do you mean by only key chests?
Like,
as in the only loot drops you'd get are ones that you need to buy keys for.
Oh, okay. Like so. Oh, I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
it's completely cosmetics are you have to pay to open.
Yeah,
it.
that I heard that. I don't know. They may change their mind on this, and they can easily 180. Because bear in mind, they also said they wouldn't do microtransactions before launch, and then they did. So it's hard to say. But I had heard from several
maybe that's
people
what I'm
that
thinking of. Is
that
that
they
they were
would-
like, we don't want to do microtransaction until the game is done. That doesn't make any sense. And I was like, oh, that's cool of them.
yeah, and I don't necessarily have a problem with them selling crates for cosmetics. It's the least harmful thing, but there's a lot of like skin economy and gambling involved in that, and we saw what that did to Counter-Strike, and I have no doubt that people will be happy to rip people off and create sites that fraudulently steal from people.
Fortunately, I know that once that started to happen, after like all of the Counter-Strike stuff got shut down,
I mean, there's
people
still stuff there for Counter-Strike. They've done it in a different way now.
Right. I know that Valve has continued to shut down places that it can. It recently
they've
shut
done
down a
something.
bunch of stuff for TF2. So hopefully, like, even if this stuff continued to happen, Valve would like chase it down. But
Hope so. Yeah.
It is kind of messed up though. Like, I hate crates, and I hate how gaming is all about crates. Now, even the Division,
Yeah.
I was reading how the Division, their new patch added crates. It's like,
Well,
first of
last
all,
week
like,
we were talking about fucking Shadow of War. The
Oh, yeah, and
single-player
that's-
game is having them,
yeah.
of all
it's
things.
like, I buy crates because I'm weak. I'm a weak person.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I like the cosmetics, but sometimes you kind of wish like the old school where it's like, hey, get 1,000 headshots and here's a cool cosmetic. Or like you do something
Yeah.
very unique in a game and you get a very unique skin. Now it's more like here, pay $300 and you get a really exotic school skirt.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember
that cool
spending hours with my brother playing Mortal Kombat trying to unlock all of the skins in Mortal Kombat.
yeah, now it's like that.
And like
aspect-
that's not really a concept anymore.
Yeah, and
It used to be like a goal you guys had. That was
Yes,
a goal.
yeah.
Now it's like, whatever.
yeah,
Just-
it ceases to become a goal, and I think that it doesn't motivate people to keep playing. So in the long run, it can be a problem. But with the compelling nature of what is essentially if it's not. I mean, in the case of anything like that uses the Steam Marketplace, it's straight up gambling because those things have real monetary value. There's not even a question at that point. And you say, oh, you can't cash out. Well, you totally fucking can cash out. There's various ways to do that. It's not legitimate, but you can do it. If they have real world value, it's gambling. Simple as that. If they don't, if stuff is kept within the game, you can still kind of call it wagering for all intents and purposes because you're throwing money at something in the hope to get what you want. If you're going to do cosmetics, just let me buy the thing that I want. And that doesn't mean put it on the Steam Marketplace at $500 fucking dollars, you know? Just let me, don't make me jump through hoops. I have the same problem with Overwatch. I can't buy the skin I want unless I have the currency, which only comes from opening a bunch of crates for dupes, right? Which isn't a fun way of doing anything. And even Lawbreakers does the same thing. You know, in a premium game, there's no way to just buy the skin that I want. And that's just annoying, because I will give you my money for bullshit. I've got no problem giving you my money for skin bullshit. But you're actually stopping me from doing that. And you're saying, oh, well, no, you've got to gamble on loot boxes. I'm like, no, actually, you know what? I don't. I would have spent more if you just let me buy the things I wanted.
But sadly, the majority doesn't think that way, right?
Apparently not, because obviously the system's being used
It's
a lot.
replicate, yeah. And Shadow of War doing it, that blew my mind. I really didn't think it wouldn't.
I was surprised too.
Player a game,
but WB. Jesse, you seem like you have stuff you want to say.
No, I just I mean, all I'm thinking of is the devil's advocate side of it, which is the company that designed the game. I mean, you can get a person to play your game once, and sure, they can spend 300 hours trying to get some shit, or you could charge them the cost of a stupid crate. I mean, I get why they do it. It's how you make money as a company. It's skeezy, and I don't like it, but I get why they do it. I don't get why Shadow of War would do it. I think that's stupid as shit.
That's called Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers are a really shitty publisher.
But
they're very
there's
bad.
there's also people who make their living off of videos that are literally just like, I have 1,000 crates. Let's unbox them.
Oh, did you hear about the Call of Duty thing with that?
Though?
Yeah,
That is a super real
unboxing
thing.
streams. Yeah, totally. And unboxing videos on YouTube. Yeah,
I know they're huge on YouTube for CS. They're still like massive.
Yeah, it's still big enough.
Hearthstone card pack on openings, people saving up 100 Overwatch crates. It's all the Blizzard shit, which, by the way, still not happy with Blizzard putting that in every fucking game. Get out of here.
What do you mean? You're not happy with Heroes 2.0?
Yeah, but
the thing is, loot boxes, barf.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Heroes loot boxes were the best implementation of loot boxes. You actually just got a shitload of stuff for free that you otherwise wouldn't have got. It was actually kind of generous.
I didn't mind Heroes.
Well, some of it's useless, but sometimes you got heroes out of it. Those aren't useless.
Sprays.
How are voiceover packs useless?
It's dumb as fuck. Why do you need that? That's so dumb.
I mean, you don't, but most of them you just got for free, and you can still buy the stuff that you want. As long as you can still buy the stuff that you want. I don't mind them giving me crates for leveling up. Okay, maybe there's a bunch of shit in it, but I got something for it, right? But did you hear about the Call of Duty thing? What they're going to do is they are going to reward you if you link your Twitch account for watching other people open loot boxes.
No.
Oh,
I am deadly fucking serious.
Where are we? What's happening?
Yup.
This is not good. This is not good. We're all fucked.
This was announced a week ago.
Shut Twitch down.
It's
over.
I heard about that. How did I that surprised me when you brought it up. I forgot.
Yeah, it's real.
Something you don't forget.
It's very, very real. Like they have some cool little features in the new Call of Duty because they have this hub area called headquarters, and there's apparently like the pit, which lets you do like 1v1 in there and stuff. I hope they do like wager matches in there. Wager matches were fun in Black Ops. That was good. That was a good feature. But now apparently they're less interested in that. They're more interested in just letting you buy crates. You know, that's become a big thing in Call of Duty. I mean, they added them to COD 4 Remastered. You know, 10 years or whatever after that game came out, they fucking added that in. And you can open loot boxes. Players that watch you open something will earn prizes. I don't know what they mean by watch you open something. Are they in the game HQ watching you or on a stream? I'm going to assume it's on a stream because they've done that linking thing before.
Maybe you integrate your stream in?
I think that's what you do.
That's what a lot of games do now, where if you just link your stream to it, if you watch, then it like ticks a thing. I don't know the back end
according to the articles, it's while you're in the headquarters, and you can have up to 48 people in there. If they don't do the link to the stream, they totally will, because Blizzard already has that. Valve's already done it for like watching Dota. I mean, but that's for watching Dota esports and you get free stuff. That's okay. But watching people open boxes? mean,
that's kind of stupid. No, that's actually beyond stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it's garbage content. Let's be honest. Like, I think if anybody who does it defends it as good content and doesn't just okay, I'm doing something garbage that people like. I'm like, all right, if you're honest about it, cool. We did pack openings for Hearthstone.
I was gonna say, we were like pack openings. Yeah.
And we've said time and again, this is garbage. Why are you watching it? It's fucking stupid. Why are you watching this? But as long as you admit it, I kind of get that. But it's the people's like, well, it's good content. No, it's not. You're not doing anything. You're not fucking doing anything. Half the time, the money was given you by the viewers to open boxes. You're not even paying for your own boxes. Ugh. At least I understand unboxing of a real product because, that's useful for someone who's thinking about buying it. For fucking imaginary shit in a video game? No, that's shit. That's utter shit. That's the lowest common denominator you can fucking find.
I know that this is off topic slightly, but unboxing toys has become so big. It's
amongst
actually
kids.
It's
huge.
No way. Years ago, oh my God, 2012. That little kid, I can't remember his damn name now, who was with Maker way back when. That kid was like 8, and his whole channel was unboxing toys with his dad. Kid's a millionaire now.
Yeah.
Missed out. Kid could barely speak. He was barely sentences. I can barely speak sentences. I could be a millionaire now.
I've seen a couple of different interviews with the parents in that scenario, and they're all like, well, we've put all of the money into a college account. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh wait, so is it the kid unboxing it or just grown up?
It's the kid unboxing it usually.
Yeah.
It literally is as simple as a young kid unboxing something and enjoying the shit out of it. And I guess either
other kids watch
children or
I don't know. The
watch
audience is
it.
kids.
Yeah.
It's totally kids. And that's. I mean, I don't view that as particularly harmful because it's vicariously living through this kid that just got a cool thing, right? When you you as a kid, you don't have the money for it, you can sort of vicariously experience it to some extent. I think there's also
and for parents, they're able to see what it actually
what it actually is.
like
Yeah,
and
that's
what
useful.
It does and,
that's totally useful. It's still unboxing's still lazy content, and there's no doubt about that. It's not difficult, but if kids are doing
so easy, a child can do it.
Oh yeah, it literally is. But you know what? Who am I to tell people what to watch? Especially kids. But when it comes to this microtransactions, no, it's.
And they're pushing it to another level.
This is another level.
Free stuff that's.
Yeah, they're turning anyone who buys that stuff into a advertiser for them.
They were probably like, oh, hey, it's huge on YouTube. Why don't we just integrate it into our game?
I mean, they're not wrong, but maybe it shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Maybe it shouldn't be huge.
A stopping point.
Oh dear. Oh man. Well, okay, right. That's just depressing. Can we talk about other video games now? Fuck me. I just want to leave video games forever. God damn it.
Why would you lie like that? Don't lie. Don't lie to people.
Hey,
like
I've
that.
said it time and again that I'd probably move to board games if I had the fucking option. I would. Board games are really fun. I like it.
You do love board games.
I do.
You
I do
love a few board
games. Great. Board games are great. I think I was about to say, did I play one this week? No, maybe not. I probably just bought some to add to my pile of shelves.
That's what you should do, TV.
No, mukbang isn't popular outside of Korea. Everyone knows that. Like the fact that they're trying to put social eating on
huge
Twitch.
in Korea.
No, I couldn't. I'm not Korean. They only care about the Koreans. Trust me. I've seen that. Like on Africa, there are on the Africa streaming service, which is the South Korean stream service. Mukbang, social eating is massive. And people make huge amounts of money doing it.
Get on there, dude.
It's not big on Twitch,
like
though.
They sit around and play it and people watch.
They sit around and eat stuff. Sometimes they eat stuff that's requested. They'll have conversations. And a lot of it when I asked my... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it makes sense that they don't really like watching people who aren't Korean because they've admitted that a lot of it has to do with so many Koreans live on their own and work on their own, and they watch mukbang as kind of a surrogate family.
That's exactly
eating
why.
Scenario.
Yep.
So watching other Koreans eat and have conversations with them is really emotionally fulfilling for them because it's
that's
a
why
family
people tuned in to watch you eat that burrito just now.
That is not the reason they did that. No, Jesse, you know the reason they did that, and it was not social in any way.
It was the spinach.
It was
They wanted to see me get swole. I
Uh,
get it.
sure, yeah, that would be why.
That's where it is, once gaming kind of dies out, just everyone switch over to food streams.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll be talking a bit more about IRL later, but I guess I can throw like a little bit of a mobile game that I've been playing, which I was surprised by. I heard they were making a Titanfall mobile game a while ago, and I'm like, oh god, what's that? And it looked kind of like a card game, and then it became more clear that it's more of a Clash Royale-like game. I'm like, this probably won't be very good. Turns out I was wrong. It's actually pretty good. A lot of us were kind of big into Clash Royale back when it first came out, because it was good, and then it did become, especially at the higher levels, pretty demanding. It's like, oh,
It ran away. It ran away.
All the legendaries, they were introducing all legendary cards. It was really hard to get them. There was no way to craft them. It's got a bit better lately, but it was becoming like, oh, fuck, this guy has this legendary card that I don't have, and I don't have a good way to counter it. This is just annoying, and it became a big money sink. So I eventually just sort of stopped. But I like the idea of it, and nobody really done it as well as that up to that point, because you can say whatever you want about Clash Royale. It's slick. It's a slick, really good game for mobile.
I've never gotten into mobile games. Would you say that's a good mobile game to get into as a kind of like
No,
a
I disagree.
Probably not.
Not.
Here's the thing. What I'll say about Clash Royale is I think it's a good phone game because you can play it with one thumb, and like it's pretty good to get a few rounds.
Toilet game is what he means. You can play it on the toilet.
I mean, it is toilet game as well. 3
My
minutes.
favorite.
Yeah, when we went to BlizzCon, like all the casters were, and some of the pro gamers were backstage, and a lot of us just play Clash Royale against each other because it's like it's competitive enough for us to want to play against each other, but it's kind of still casual as well.
But is it like whoever pays more is gonna win?
I mean, there's a lot of safeguards against that in that game now. Like, you generally only get matched up against people with the same level cards, so it's not really a big deal. And they put in a friendly mode where all the cards get leveled down, so you just play against the people with the same level cards. But you're still restricted by the fact that if you don't have a particular card, especially if that card's good in the meta right now, you're probably in trouble. So with Titanfall Assault, they've done a few different things. First thing they've done that's very different is the business model is a lot fairer. They limit the amount of experience you can earn every day, so you can't play the game for 12 fucking hours and just run away with it. They tied account experience to the level of your cards, so you can't level your cards beyond the level of your account. So that limits what you can't just buy $1,000 worth of cards and be more powerful than anybody else because you're capped on what your level is. You're only matched up against people of equivalent level, and while there are legendary cards, what they did was, which is pretty smart, the epics, the rares, the epics, and the legendaries, when you collect one, you are given enough experience with that card to level it up several times, and it gets higher the more you get. So I got a legendary card yesterday. They give you 250 experience for one card, which means you can get that card up to about maybe level 10, possibly even higher off just having a single card. In Clash Royale, to level up cards, you had to get duplicates of them. With legendaries, that was really fucking hard. It was super RNG. So if you wanted like a level 3 legendary, you had to have, 7 copies of it, which was fucking impossible. Like, you had to spend huge amounts of money to get that. In this game, you don't. So that's pretty smart on their part. They've got a marketplace where you can just buy cards for in-game currency quite easily every day. A lot of login rewards, a lot of event rewards. I think, like, if you're going to go up against Clash Royale, you've got to be really generous to tempt people in. Because it's like, well, why didn't I just play Clash Royale? Well, I've spent $5 on this game so far, and I'm competitive. I'm doing well. I'm winning most of my matches. And it's got some different features. The maps actually make a difference. In Clash Royale, all the maps are the fucking same, except cosmetically they're different. In this, there's different maps based on the maps in the PC game. So I played on training stage, and then I played on Crash Site, and there's 2 zip lines on Crash Site, so when you spawn a pilot, you can kind of tell them where to go initially, and then they follow a behavior pattern. I told them to go to the zip line, they take the zip line, and they quickly get across the map to the other hard point to capture it. So that's pretty neat. And you only get your Titans halfway through the game. Titanfall still happens, you can drop a Titan on stuff to flatten it, and you earn supply, and then you summon your Titans, and all the shit has different behaviors, and you just have to learn what each Titan is good against and what they do, and it's a hard point capture mode that takes about 3 minutes. And
I feel like they're trying really hard to keep like Titanfall relevant, and it's not. I've played it,
Yeah.
and it's like it's a good game, but I feel like just no one gives a shit.
Yeah,
Or no one's willing to give
I
a
agree.
like
and
I
that-
don't see
and
anyone
they
that
can't accept it, and they're like Titanfall 3. It's the same shit, but like
because Titanfall 1 had the same problem, right? Where we're like, oh, this game is good. Like I think a lot of us said this game is good, and then after about a month, we just didn't play it anymore, and the player base died. And the same fucking thing happened with Titanfall 2. The player base dropped off like a rock. Yeah, you can still get games, but it's harder, and especially in certain regions, it's even harder. I don't know what it is with Titanfall. I can't even identify why, like, it can't keep a player base. Why is that? Like, you know, we might see Lawbreakers go the same way, and I kind of hope we don't, because I like Lawbreakers.
I have a feeling Lawbreakers may follow the same
It might.
path. I don't know. I feel like gamers are just stubborn. Like Call of Duty, it doesn't matter. Titanfall is out. It might be better. Everyone's like, hey, it's better. It's better. It doesn't matter. Call of Duty has already got that lockdown on the CQC. Just fast-paced shooter. Like, it doesn't matter. People just don't want to switch over to Titanfall.
You kind of play what you know, right? You know, as for people's like, oh, I'm bored of the same shit. A lot of people aren't bored of the same shit. They'll say, I want to see something new, and then they don't play that, and they just go back to the stuff they're familiar with. It's rare to see a game, I think, come back from that, and Rainbow Six Siege did in a big way. You know, that game's way more popular now than it was on launch, and they really pulled that back from the brink. You know,
Brink, that game like
Brink. Hey, anyone remember Brink? No, didn't think so.
Hey,
wow, there were so many layers to that.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Too much.
I had like an image of the game flash in my mind.
Yeah, you just remember Brink. Yeah. Hey, I liked Brink. I might be the only person that fucking did, but I thought Brink was good.
Speaking of storied franchises and mobile games that you need to play.
Okay.
Yes.
Lirik, because I know you're looking for a mobile game. Really, this is for all of your chat as well. Guys, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
Oh, no.
Stop this.
Can I just tell you right now?
Is this new?
Ariana Grande.
No, it's not new.
Fucking not.
Ariana Grande is going to be in the game again a second time. I feel like a lot of people need to know about that.
Did you get any of the Nier characters?
Fuck that shit. No. I spent all my goddamn tickets on that. 100 tickets, not fucking one 2B.
Sam got 2B the second that it landed. He used a ticket and got a 2B and was like, cool, got her.
Okay, I looked that shit up online. She ain't even top tier, so it's okay.
Good.
That's fine. She's not even like competitive.
I feel like Lirik
I'll
is untainted, right? When it comes to these mobile gacha games, and he should stay that way. We should keep
but
him
all I'm
protected
saying
from
is,
this.
Lirik, I'm just give it a chance. This is for your audience as well. I feel like you guys can do streams together. You can all jump in the guild. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Ariana Grande coming August 18th. Putting it out there.
Wait, so you'll be able to have 2 Arianas?
I'm gonna put 2 Ariana Grandes in my team. People gonna get blowed up.
Shit.
2 Ariana Grandes.
I hope she makes another trailer talking about how much she loves Brave Exvius.
I hope she does too. I'm gonna be like,
because the first one was really good. It was top tier.
No,
I want more of it.
I think I'm just gonna drop like thousands of dollars on Crash Royale.
There you go.
Don't be a whale, Lirik.
No,
Don't be a whale right off
Join
the
the
bat.
whales.
Be a whale, be a mystical whale in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius now with Ariana Grande. More Ariana, double the Grande. I like my Final Fantasy like I like my coffee. Grande.
Yeah. Hey, you've got the money for that. You can invest the stream money. I gotta say, like, Clash Royale still does really well on Twitch. When they do tournaments and shit.
Yeah, I noticed sometimes. Yeah,
they're actually kind of fun to watch, like to some extent. They're not bad. It's a kind of competitive game. And I mean, fuck, like when I was playing at BlizzCon, Grubby plays this game, like legendary Warcraft 3 player, like world champion. Now he's a Heroes of Storm player, and he was a StarCraft player. He plays Clash Royale. A lot of the StarCraft pro gamers play Clash Royale because sometimes you want something that's a little bit competitive but easy, right? It's all right. That's okay. Everyone needs a little bullshit game to play. But yeah, you can very easily sink thousands of dollars in Clash Royale. I'm pretty sure I sunk at least 1,000, and I'm not proud of it. God.
Why though? It ain't even that good.
It's good, man. It's good.
You got 2 Ariana Grandes.
Yeah, you're the one pursuing Ariana Grande.
You have to buy Ariana
Another
Grande.
one.
Fucking try to.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
stop trying to make that Ariana Grande meta happen. It's not going to happen, mate.
I'm
Not
gonna
gonna
have 5 fucking Ariana Grandes
God
by the time I'm
fucking
done.
damn it.
People are gonna be like, "Is that the Grande team?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah,
It's Ariana Vente.
Ventiana,
Vente.
Ariana Vente."
No, it's
Nope.
probably not. It's not $1,000 good. No, chat. I
I
get
fucked
it. It's
up
not.
the goof the second it started.
Ah,
Okay,
ruined.
Thank
I knew
you.
where you were at. We connected on that.
Thanks.
Ruined.
Thanks.
I'm
Oh,
just
shit.
saying. Look me up on there. I know. We can play together, Lyric. I'm just saying. You get a grande, I get a grande. I'll have 2
No.
glass, 3 grandes.
I'm still on the toilet and browse Reddit for news mode. I haven't transitioned to the mobile game space
Mobile
yet.
game, toilet games. Yeah, it's good. 3 minutes. You know,
Eventually.
it's the way to go.
I found a new mobile game too, but
What you
I
got?
think it would be kind of hard to explain. It's called MM, and it's a game where hold on.
MM, like the 2 letters. MM.
Yeah.
Minims.
So
Okay.
you've got like you're trying to make potions for people.
Oh,
So they-
yeah.
so
I
they
have
come in-
played this.
Yeah, they come in and they give you like 2 ingredients, and the ingredients are like colors. So this guy is like, I definitely want a potion with green in it, but I guess it could also have red. And so
What's
you
the real?
like-
What's the real name of this fucking game? Like, it's not just
Potion
called.
Seller, the game.
It is basically. It's Potion Seller, the game. It literally is.
Seller.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
My potions are too
Wait,
strong
wait,
for you,
how did
traveler.
you find this though, Dodger?
I went in the App Store and I went to games, and then I went to they had a button that was like, look at
Is it
indie games. Huh?
Is it popular or just a random?
So it
I
was
don't know.
made. It was
I
made
actually have
by.
no idea if it's popular.
It was made by a dev, I think, that made something called Card Crawl and then made Card Thief, which are kind of like solitaire-like games. Card Thief's kind of neat. It's solitaire crossed with a stealth game, which is really fucking weird. I know, it sounds really strange. But that game was actually pretty good. I didn't like Card Crawl very much, but yeah, I can't remember the fucking actual name of the game, is the new one that they made. And if you want to like solitaire like game,
MMX? Oh wait, never mind. You said
definitely not
XM?
not MXM. No, definitely not. There's another game that might not do well. Actually, is
Yeah,
that
you-
already out, MXM? Or are they still doing
MXM?
betas? Yeah,
It's
MXM.
out. Yeah.
I know of there's that MOBA style game called MXM. Wait,
Yeah.
is it Masters of MXM?
I think it was Master Cross Master,
Master
right?
Master
X
X Master.
Oh, I thought that was on
MXM.
I swear I played that on PC.
Yeah, you did.
It
You
is
totally
on PC.
did.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
on PC. Oh yeah, it is. It is. It's a MOBA by NCSoft or something.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's kind of got that Diablo thing going for it as well. Okay, so I found the name of. It's not called MM. It's called Miracle Merchant. It's short for Miracle
There we
Merchant.
go.
Yeah, and it is like a solitaire like card game where you're making potions for
Yeah,
adventurers that come in.
every potion has to have 4 cards,
Yep.
and if you get to the end, if you like use up all of the cards successfully, like at the very end, then you win. But like you have to, when you make a potion, you have to use their primary ingredient at the
Yes.
very least.
Mhm.
So say that like this guy showed up saying like, I need a potion that uses like green magic, and I had no green cards left, then I would lose.
Yeah.
Also every potion has to be worth at least $1,
Gold,
like
yeah.
1 money. And there are black cards in there that are like black magic that take away from the cost. So say that, you really needed red magic, but whatever card was on top of the red magic deck was a -3 black magic card. You have to use the black magic card and then take whatever red card is under it and try to balance it out money wise so that it winds up being worth at least 1. And there are bonuses, like if you put 2 red cards next
there's
to
a
each
shit
other, it's
ton
called
of
like a twin
bonuses.
bonus. And
Yeah.
all of the cards have like colors, like other colors on them. So if you have a green card that has a little red dot on like the left side, then if you put a red card on the
Next
left
to
side
it.
of that green card, then there's a bonus there.
Yeah.
So trying to do that, I've found that I always successfully get to the very last person, but I've only one time been able to actually successfully complete everybody's potions, because you wind up accidentally using like all of the cards that you need, or you accidentally wind up like one deck just has a black card as the very last card, and you're like, fuck, that's the color of card that I need, and
Yes.
it gets all messed up. But it's like a space out no microtransaction. Just
yeah, it's
like,
it's $2 the game.
Card. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fun.
no microtransactions, no bullshit. They do make good games. A lot of people in chat were saying they tried Card Thief and really liked it. So
is that rare though? A mobile game without microtransactions?
Yeah.
I mean, it's $2 though, right? Usually they're free with microtransactions, right? So
yeah, I mean, you'd think it's like the idea of the premium mobile game, like the market for mobile. I think the best example of this, you remember Monument Valley?
Monument Valley is great.
If you don't remember the game, you might remember it from being mentioned in House of Cards several times by Kevin Spacey. It was like he kept talking about that
does
game.
he?
Yeah, he does.
Did he play on his tablet or something?
Yeah, he was playing. He actually, it was part of like the plot. He was talking about, I was playing this game called Monument Valley, and he used it as part of his PR campaign for his like new initiative. No, really.
I do not remember that.
Really?
Maybe I haven't seen. Is it like in a later season?
No, it's in like what season? Actually, maybe season 3, possibly.
Okay, then I might not have seen it. I think I
Yeah.
only watched the first 2 seasons of that show.
Yeah, because they had you remember the PlayStation Vita product placement that was in it? That was in the first season.
Oh, I remember in like the very first season.
Is
Yeah,
that a
she would come downstairs
PlayStation
and he would be
Vita?
like pew 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 pew, like shooting people.
Yeah, they had a
Shit.
Sony sponsorship for a while. But yeah, Monument Valley was like playing that. Anyway, that game won tons of awards because it's really beautiful, really nice game. It was like $4 or whatever. They released a sequel to it, and as a I went to the trailer for the YouTube video for it, and all that's happening is there's a bunch of people in there complaining that they have to pay for it. They're like, this should be free because I bought the first one. That is fucking mobile gamers in a nutshell.
Yeah.
They'll pay $5 for a Starbucks coffee. They won't pay $2 for a game. That's the problem. That's why
really well-made game.
Really well-made game. Yeah, that's why the mobile game market's so fucked, because of people like that.
Well, not only that, because would it make sense though? Because it's now so many people play games because everyone has cell phones, and just it doesn't matter. The respect for games still isn't there for the majority of people.
Yeah, it's not.
Or just a lot of people, not the majority maybe, but just for a lot of people. So it's like they don't see the value in it. No reason to pay.
I do think that it's more difficult to find games that are like a beautifully put together game that isn't like a toilet game, like all of the games that we've been talking about so far.
Yeah.
I think that's the much bigger market mobile wise, is games that you can pick up, put down, that don't have a whole lot to them. And finding a game like Monument Valley where it's like, wow, this is actually like a really beautiful game that I'm playing on mobile, like that's really rare, I think.
Well, that's how the market's become poisonous for them, because they're not supported. For every Monument Valley that was a success, maybe because everyone in the world was writing about it, like fucking Time magazine's like, this is amazing, and all, big promotion from people that are respected. There's like 100 other good games that just get completely overlooked on mobile because like, oh, it's not free, or oh, it's not like, hey, there's not hundreds of levels and I can't pay to skip a level and shit. And people, they just view the games as wastes of time, and so they're not willing to pay for a waste of time. And well, that's why you play on console and PC, because we actually value games here, and we try to avoid playing time wasting shit because there's better stuff.
Oh God, I just remembered that Sonic Mania isn't coming out on PC for
2 weeks. Yeah. I'm gonna pick. Isn't it
I
want to
play Sonic Mania so bad. I've only seen the intro video for it, and I'm just like, my heart. I want to play it so bad.
So
Gerard
fun.
is just swimming in fucking Sonic Mania shit, and I'm like, Gerard, just let me play Sonic Mania for like 5 minutes. That's all I want.
Like I said, it's on Switch. Is it out today on Switch? I think. Let me check.
Is it on Steam as well, or just Switch?
Yeah, it's
on
2
the
weeks
30th,
delayed.
right?
It's 2 weeks delayed. Sonic Mania is on Switch available right now, so you don't need to beg Gerard for anything. You can get it right now.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, sure. To be fair, Switch is a good platform for it, so I'll probably just play it on that rather than wait the 2 weeks for the PC version, because it's a 2D Sonic game. As long as it works properly, because some of those Switch games don't work very well. We'll see. Right, what was the... Oh, yeah, I wanted to, briefly mention, and this is kind of relevant to streaming as well, we've come back to Invisigun Heroes a couple of times, because we've... three of us in here at least have played Invisigun. Lirik, I assume you haven't played it.
Invisigun Heroes.
Yeah.
It's the arena game with 4 people where you're all invisible during the actual like playtime.
It sounds really familiar. Wait, what were you saying about it though?
So you're all invisible in it. So you can't see where you are, but you can't see where the enemies are either. And you've got to try and figure out where the enemies by like you bump into shit because like you don't know where you are. So when you bump into shit, it like creates a visual disturbance. So like if you hit a wall, the wall will flash your color and shit.
Yes. I have played that.
You have played it. Yeah. It was super fun. But we found it sold really badly. Like in the first 6 months, it sold only 5,000 copies. And we think a lot of it came down to the fact that it was really hard to watch on stream for obvious reasons because shit's invisible. So a few days ago, they had a deal on Chrono, which is our partner site who we sell games through, to sell it. And they said, we have a new spectator mode for streamers. And here's what happens. We launch a second copy of the game when you click the spectator, because it's not a very demanding game. You can totally run 2 instances of it in a window. It, run on a fucking toaster. And what you do is you point your OBS or your XSplit at the second window, and the second window streams a spectator version of the game where you can see the outlines of the players. And
interesting.
Yeah, and you, the player, play in the first version where you can't.
But they don't know if you actually are, though. You could be cheating.
So you can't. They already thought of that. So what they did was, in public games, they put a 2-second delay on the spectator. In private games, there's no delay, but they flip the fucking stage. So it doesn't, you can't see it. Yeah, it's super smart. So it's like, but I could cheat. No, but I can't, because it's actually more confusing because it's upside down. So you can't. It's fucking genius. We did a stream of it, and we had a riot. Myself, Sinvictor, Maggie, Crone, and Slowbeef, we all streamed together. We had a fucking riot for 2 hours.
So
that game is so fun.
You think that change made the game like 10 times better?
I think for viewers it did.
For viewers.
No, I felt the same way actually for viewers. I remember it was kind of just... what you described is why it just wasn't a good streamer game. Yeah,
like half of I kind of liked watching that perspective because I liked figuring out where other people was and looking out for the clues. But it's the dev compared it to TV poker, right? Nobody watched poker on TV until they came up with a system where there were cameras under the table so you could see the hands, but the players couldn't. And then it became really super compelling viewing. Yeah. They've done the same thing now. When Northern Lion streamed it for his Northern Lion Super Show, his audience fucking hated it. But if he went back now and streamed it that way, I think people would love it. And the audience really liked it when we streamed. And
people enjoyed watching y'all play it the first time that you did, right?
Our audience kind of dug the invisibility thing, but I think that most viewers don't, and it's really hard to get your head around it. And on YouTube, it was hard too. I put a video out about it. I'm like, I'm not even showing you anything. Everyone's fucking invisible. This is a shit video, So
yeah,
I think
I remember I had a very similar experience with it. Like I usually have a crew I play with, like 3 or 2 people. And
you play with Giant Waffle sometimes, Jet, right?
Yeah, Waffle and Shorty, and we played that, and we had a very similar experience. I think we only played it for like a very small amount of time because you can just tell sometimes a game is just not a good viewer experience. But
yes,
it was a good concept, but it was fun to play.
Yeah.
It just visually just didn't really make sense. So
not for the viewers. I think now it might be worth you trying that again and doing the streamer mode. It's really easy to set up. Like you click the camera button in game, it launches the second window, and then you just point OBS at that, and you go to that window and join the game lobby as a spectator. And then that's all the streamers, that's all the stream viewers see. Maybe just give it another shot, because we had 2 hours where we just had a really fun time. We played a bunch of different modes. There's 55 fucking maps in that game, and you can play random maps now. So there's shit tons of content. We play this really funny mode where it's like a capture the flag, but it's a ball that you stand on. And when you get the ball, you become visible and you can't attack. But everyone else is invisible trying to ambush you, and you're trying to dodge, and it's fucking hectic as shit. We had a riot with it. It was really fun. So yeah, I'd suggest giving it another shot.
Update recently, or
yeah, the update was like last week, so it is very recent.
Check it out.
Yeah, there's been a little boost in the player count. They have a Discord to organize games because there's so few players, but I think like we did, because we sold a few hundred copies of it, I think there'll be a few more people playing now. But playing with friends in a friends lobby, yeah, it was fucking entertaining. I think we'll stream it again just for fun next time, because it is that good. A lot of screaming in that game. When you fucking realize you're standing right next to each other, like, fuck!
Yeah,
fuck,
that's always the best moment when you're like, I think I know where they are, and you did not know at all.
You
You're like,
didn't
oh, no,
Shit!
they're right next to me.
Yeah, super scary. Cool. Is there anything else that anyone wants to throw in the hacks? We're about to go to a break. Anything burning on the minds, people, before we go to break and come back to news? We good?
Nothing crazy.
Great. Cool. We'll come back to some news after the break, folks. You're watching the Co-optional Podcast news, and then I'll pick of the upcoming week's releases right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final hour or so of the Co-optional Podcast. We're going to be doing some... What? What are you doing now?
I was looking... For some reason, I brain farted and thought,
right,
we're on a Skype call, right?
No.
So I was looking through Skype going, where's the call?
We haven't used Skype in 2 years now. Come
on. I know.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, continue.
Sure.
Continue.
Yep. So a bit of quick fire news, and then we'll get into a bit of a meatier topic about Twitch. Seems like a sensible thing, considering who we happen to have here. So... the first thing I'm going to throw out is that Dota 2 AI. So the development of AI has been a bit of a thing as of late, and during the International 7 tournament...
Beat the pros, right?
Beat the real player. Yep. And that happened on stage, and this has been fairly big news, and I think some people don't necessarily understand why it's big news. Because... computer-controlled opponents have beaten real people in games all the time. But the difference is bots and AI are not the same thing.
Right.
Bots are programmed to do shit, and they also often cheat to do it. AI, this thing learned how to play the game.
Yeah.
And it learned by playing against other people, watching other people, learning from its mistakes, and eventually getting so good that it took down pro player Dendi of Na'Vi, who were like one of the first winners of the International. So, bit scary. The bot was designed by a company called OpenAI, which is a non-profit AI research company. Elon Musk, I believe, was part of funding and founding that. Also, bear in mind, Elon Musk is real fucking scared of AI, by the way. He's very, very concerned that AI will eventually murder us all, which Terminator seems to indicate that it will.
It will happen.
It will, yeah.
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords.
Yep. The idea that it can beat someone in a game as complex as Dota is apparently a big deal. I can't say I know much about AI, but supposedly, according to people that have researched this, is that like beating an AI, beating somebody at chess is actually way easier than beating someone at a real-time game like Dota. There's just so many decisions to make.
There's more variables.
All the time. Yeah, there's more variables. So it makes it a lot harder. It also probably doesn't help, chess and Go have been around for thousands of years, and the strategies are, like, known now, whereas Dota, hasn't been around for anywhere near as long as that. So it having learned that is pretty impressive.
It gives me the chills. It makes me so excited. I love it. I love it. There's, like, a thing that started out as, like, a little baby program, and then it played against people in Dota for so long that it's now like learned how to play. Like that is fucking incredible. I love it.
I was talking about this like maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days ago with my stream, and they were like, the AI played Dota for like 2 weeks and then versus these pros, and then some of the pros were beating them, but using beating the AI using cheese strats.
Yeah, they were like dropping items to confuse the bot, right? Because it couldn't handle picking them up.
And then the bot just learned past that, and then just started beating them again. It was just kind of amazing to kind of think about.
It's nuts, and there've been for quite some time, like in StarCraft, there have been AI tournaments where people like code AIs to beat other AIs. Like there's university teams and stuff that do that. It's almost like having a robotics team, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's getting to the point where you could very well have full-on AI tournaments. They're not just bots. They're like full AI learning against each other. A bit like, well, what's the point of pro gamers anymore? We'll just have AIs do it. Well, I think you're going to maybe struggle to get people to consistently watch, well, not people play video games. Like, there is a personality investment element to that. Especially in competitive play, you root for your favorite team. You probably don't root for your favorite bot. But we could see a big revival of Salty Bet from all of this.
Yeah.
So,
You know, I was actually looking at it from a different perspective. Like, what if people start using something like that for cheating? And like, I skimmed a little bit through the VOD, and people are also saying that AI looked just like a regular player.
yeah.
Right.
So, you know,
But that person could never go pro, because in a pro scenario, you're live. Like, people can see you.
true, but like in a typical
playing.
game, someone trying to boost their account or something like that. but
Right.
some
Yeah.
sort of-
That could become a thing. Yeah. Apparently the stuff that kind of already happens a bit like that in Dota. I'm wondering that could get a
Until
lot
the
worse.
AI gets pissed and is like, I'm the only reason that you're doing well.
Yeah, the AI learns
I
to
hope-
fucking
AI
roast
learns.
people.
Look, if the AI is competing
Oh,
in
no.
ladder on Dota, it's gonna learn how to be sassy.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. That could be a real fucking issue. You know, there's already Hearthstone botting. That's not a very complicated game to bot, but
I heard
yeah.
about that too, yeah.
as you said, would you be able to tell?
Mhm.
Probably not.
And this is Dota too, so it's like you said, so many more variables.
Yeah, huge amount of them. Here's the thing. Would you have a problem with that?
Yeah, I was gonna jump in here and say no. If there are two teams of AI facing off against each other, and they act like real people, you're still gonna have the exact same emotional reaction to a kill or a team wipe or someone taking a core. Like it's gonna be the exact same thing. If anything, you'll be cheering on the team AI developer, whoever that person is, whoever is the team captain, who's like, I don't know, John Smith.
Oh, in
who
terms
is-
of esports. I was talking about, would you have a problem if you ended up in a game where one of the players on your team was AI?
really truthfully, in some of the games that I played, yeah, I'd be fine with it because it's better than some of the
Actually,
real
yeah.
players.
Yeah.
I was looking at it as more of like versing the bot.
Yeah.
It is
Right. Yeah, that's what I was
better than
imagining too.
pro.
Yeah.
It's like,
But I mean, it could be both, right? Like, you could be fighting one and you could have one on your team.
And that'd be fine. I think if it is as good as people say, then I don't think if it's better than a bot, because bots are stupid as shit. And
Yeah, bots only
if it's
follow
a real
preset
AI
programming.
that really understands how to play the game, you're probably better off for it.
It won't shit on you for making a mistake until it learns how to do
Sure.
that, you know? That would probably be quite pleasant for a lot of people, honestly. We get the shit talking out by just replacing all real players with AI.
And then the bot learns that in order to win, they just need to keep TKing you.
Yeah, they need to keep shit talking you so you rage quit and then you win the game or whatever.
Right.
I don't know though. Like, I feel like multiplayer, at least the reason I love playing multiplayer games is, you know, there's someone else you're versing, and that's the
Yeah.
competitive nature. If I'm versing, or at least one person's a bot on the team, it kind of kills it because it's like it doesn't feel real anymore.
Yeah.
It's feel like, oh, I'm competing against another player, competing against a robot. It's like then everyone would just play Dota against bots because you can already do that.
Yeah.
Games are going to be the reason that they rise up. They're going to be like, people don't
It
feel
always
like
was, man.
we're people playing games against them.
You watch
They
war games,
discriminate
you know how
against
they
us.
went? Do you want to play a game? Would you like to play global thermonuclear war? It's how it went down, man.
It's going
The
to get out of
memes-
control.
No, it's if an AI does what it's designed to do, which is to not seem like a computer and play like an actual person, then it's fine. I don't know what the problem would be.
Well, it isn't, like, I think Lurk's point is a good one. The satisfaction of beating another person, it's not that satisfying to beat something that doesn't have feelings.
Well, can I ask?
No, that's actually exactly how it is.
It's
Or else
true, though.
you just load up and play a Counter-Strike match with 9 other bots and just have
It's nowhere near as satisfying. Even,
That's really funny.
yeah, even if they were as good.
But what if they didn't tell you?
What if you
walked in
didn't
and
know?
The enemy team was like X Sephiroth X was the enemy, and it was an AI, but they didn't tell you who it was.
Okay.
I'm very interested to see that happen. I want them to start introducing a small number of AI into the player pool and see who figures it out.
Yeah, I think that would be fascinating to have it in the game, but just not tell you who you're playing against.
No, I think you're right, because you kind of take multiplayer. I'm looking at my perspective. Like, I take multiplayer for granted now. You just assume everyone's a player.
Yeah.
But, you know, throw in a bot, call him, put a clan tag on him, whatever.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
But then that's the cheating aspect of it too, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
So,
if you use it to start leveling up your account.
it.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something about it. All I know is it's coming. We can't stop it, so we're going to have to figure out something about it.
I would love, I'm just going to put this out there for a gaming company. I don't care who does it, but I would love for this to exist. Some company, some game has a league, and in that league, a new team forms, and they pay actors to portray the team, to be the guys who are like, right? And it's all AI. And it isn't until they get to the final tournament they reveal that it's all AI guys live on stage.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
AI the entire time. It's not, they're not even real people. These are actors we paid. And I think that would blow people's minds if they did good.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think that would be cool. I think it is kind of like a, I don't know if you can use this word in this sense, but kind of is like a placebo right now, where you just assume everyone's a real player, and they are.
Right.
But once that barrier is broken, what will happen? Is everyone going to be mad or just be like, oh shit, all right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I guess like the question is like, what's the point? I guess.
Well, I mean,
like how does the information that they get from letting an AI become incredible at a video game, where does that go next? Because it's got to be research for some other potential uses.
I mean, I feel like
right?
teaching an AI how to play a game can teach them how to reason and to strategize, and that can have a wide range of real fucking scary applications.
Honestly, another way of looking at it is, I was thinking people go above and beyond to find exploits or some sort of advantage, you know, in any sort of esport. You could argue, like, even look at Counter-Strike, there's always like these weird glitches that these teams know that they utilize or whatever. So like, I could see 10 bots in a Dota match and like someone just recording and observing, and then passing like really nifty information that really done shit with, and the pro players kind of utilize that. I could see that being a thing.
That's going to be a huge thing, because there's a lot of times that, especially pro players, there's strategy there that maybe they did not ever think of. And if an AI does it, they're like, holy shit, that could change the game. That's useful too. There's a lot of things that they could use there.
I think there's a lot of like strategy, in particular in Dota, is playing the team that you're playing against. Like, it's not just the game. And that takes into account their playstyles and personalities. If an AI is capable of any playstyle and doesn't have a personality, then that's kind of hard to work against.
I'd love to see just AI picking teams. Like in a MOBA, see what characters they choose based on what other AI chose. They don't have to play the game. I just like to see that part. Just like what they ban and what they keep. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, see which characters AI bans after playing a bunch of games.
That alone would be interesting. They don't even have to play the game. That's worth a lot of information. Like, well, the AI in a split second did all this math and said this is the one to pick, which is like, okay. So I'd love to know why. That would probably help game companies figure out which characters AI considers to be imbalanced. And more importantly, if the AI is developed correctly, the programmer can then go in and be like, hey, artificial Jim, why did you choose this character? And hopefully you'll be able to give you a readout of like, here's why. I think it was this, and this. And so you can go in there, and it might make games more balanced in the end for all players, which I think is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
it's just so hard not to think about Westworld.
Oh, yeah.
Black Hat. Yep. Black Hat, that whole thing.
All right, moving on quickly to something that I think a lot of us wanted to happen. Battle.net is now Battle.net again.
I know.
They finally abandoned that bullshit of calling it the Blizzard app and realized that that's dumb. Why would you ever throw this brand away? It's now called Blizzard's Battle.net.
Battle.net's been on my desktop the entire time. When did that change happen?
It's
like a day or two ago, I think.
They changed it? I don't
know.
Well,
they were gonna change it to Blizzard. In fact, actually, to some extent, they did. They changed the icon for a little while, and it looked terrible. And
They,
there's a deep goof happening here.
yeah, a super goof.
oh, okay. It's so deep that I don't understand it. Right. All right. Cool. Great.
Here's the best part of this goof.
It was always called BattleNet.
Happy now.
Here's the
All
best
right.
part. The best part of this goof is even when Morheim was on the thing announcing Destiny being on the Blizzard app, he's like, now on BattleNet. This
Yeah,
was
of
after
course
they
he said
announced-
that. It's been around for
Yeah.
over 10 years. Like, why the fuck would he
No
call it
one's
anything
gonna call
else?
it anything different. BattleNet is
No.
a brand name. Don't be dumb.
Of course it is. It's like fucking renaming Netflix to movie app or some stupid shit. It's like, no, Netflix is a recognizable brand, so is BattleNet. Blizzard app is not, and it's dumb. Why would you even think about it? I don't know. I don't know what got in their fucking heads, but at least they've sorted it now.
And I don't know if that change is related, but now Destiny 2 is officially on the app if you open it on your
Yeah,
desktop.
you can go buy it.
It's been
It's
on for a
under
little bit.
Activision. Like there's a Blizzard subsection that shows all the Blizzard games and Activision. So
Yeah.
Call of Duty is probably going to be on that.
If
They-
you,
Eventually, you're probably right. Yeah, because they can take all the money that way. You know, Blizzard's always had their stuff on a separate thing, and they're one of the few companies that can do that without everyone turning around saying, "Fuck you, I'm not going to buy it 'cause it's not on Steam." I think
Right.
Activision obviously wants to move in that direction to use the BattleNet platform to do it.
Yep.
if you go there now, I believe the thing is if you buy Destiny 2, you get which is October something is when it releases. You get access to the beta on August 28th? Question mark. So
Probably.
I don't know if you know you're gonna get Destiny 2, that might be pretty cool.
I hope the people like don't know that, because like they really should look at it and see if it actually ends up being any good. Because we saw what happened with the release of Destiny 1 and the number of people who were disappointed. Like, why would you make the same mistake
anyway.
twice? Come on,
It was-
fool me once, shame on you.
I'm
You
gonna
know.
get it anyway. I'm gonna get it on PC. Fuck me for being
yeah.
a loser.
It was really bizarre though, because like the amount of content that they let people play for Destiny before the game came out, like in their like demo for the game, was a lot, I think. And then the amount that they're letting people play before Destiny 2 comes out
nothing,
is
right?
really minimal.
Yeah, it's really small.
I wonder if it's because it's more spoiler heavy. They did say it's more story driven, but I
It
don't
is.
know. I
Maybe.
do remember playing the Destiny
Maybe.
beta. You're right, though. A
There
lot
was
more
very
shit
little
to
in
do.
it. It was like an
I
hour.
think so far
to
it's
do in
definitely a
Destiny
more
2's beta.
story-driven game.
Yeah.
And so I think that's cool. That's what I wanted from the first one. So if
Mhm.
it has the same playstyle and mechanics of the first one and actually has a story this time, it
Yep.
might be what I was looking for.
Maybe.
So fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Yeah. I think from talking with Sam, like his point of view is don't sell people copies saying like if you buy this early you get to play the beta when the beta is so small, like people aren't getting as much out of it, right? Like selling
Absolutely.
pre-orders based on you get to do all of this content before the game is even out when there isn't even that much to do. Like it's kind of shitty.
And real talk, if you're a PC player, I'm not gonna get it for PS4 or whatever. By the time it comes out for PC, you will know if it's a good game or not. So you'll have a clear understanding. So you can wait till October something and still pre-order it if it's a great game.
Because the console players are diehard.
Right.
And that they already have their established community. So if they don't like it, I highly doubt it's a good game.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it goes. All right, let's move on to the last topic, which is we don't really dodge controversy on the show because apparently we don't give a shit what people think, but this is...
What are we talking about?
That,
What are you dragging us into?
well, Nazis, and no, not going there. We are going to talk a little bit about there's been quite a lot of articles over the last few days about this. Is an ongoing sort of expose on IRL as a stream category on Twitch, and the fact that there are a lot of streams that are popping up and making money solely off harassing other streamers.
Oh
Like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's been like a problem over the last couple of weeks.
yes, it really
What?
has. This has popped up in a big way. So
They literally like restream somebody else's stream and then like harass them. It's fucking sorry,
what?
TV, go
How
for
have
it.
I not heard about this?
Yeah, wait, what?
There's been several articles published of it over the last few days, and it looks like there's going to be more coming out. Because there was a case of a girl who was harassed in a pretty serious way. And I'm talking like, it's not just someone else restreaming and talking shit about her. It's then them mobilizing their Discord, their chat, to then go into her chat and fucking disrupt that and make everything a nightmare to do. And these streams are actually making money off the back of basically just stealing someone else's content and then shitting on it. And actually attacking the person, and I mean really attacking the person, not like just riffing on their content. It's not even a roast, you know, because that would be funny. It's just straight up, you are a piece of shit, you're ugly, you're a, you know, all these other things. And one of these articles identified 25 relatively popular accounts that were committed to running harassment streams in the IRL category, making money off it. And none of them have been banned yet by Twitch. The one person who was responsible for going after this girl got a 24-hour temp ban and is back online with no effects.
Maybe,
Wow.
Maybe you're old.
maybe I'm old,
Okay.
Yeah.
but that sounds like the definition of bullying.
Of course it
And
is. That's
I thought
exactly
there
what
was
it
a
is.
zero tolerance policy for that shit.
There
and they
is.
should be permabanned. That's it. Done.
Yeah. That's
Like, this shit
That is
supposed to
absolutely
be.
how it should work.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be an issue at all. They
There
should,
are
if you are making money bullying someone else,
Even if you're not, but making money doing it is even more disgusting, right?
yeah, it's
Hold on, when you
disgusting.
say making money, like sub button, are they at that point?
Donors, I assume they're probably at the affiliate level. I'm pretty sure they're not at the partner level. But also they're just taking donations, like through third-party systems. So even if they're monetizing by ads, they're also like promoting some shitty products and stuff that apparently, you know, some unscrupulous sponsor has gone after them with, you know.
I mean, I know plenty of people who have had the whole like somebody raids their channel, but not to like support them, like raids them to like
Raise them to disrupt.
their whole fucking shit. Yeah. That's happened to a lot of people that I know. Like that's not a new thing, but I think the like restreaming their content and then saying like really gross hateful shit over the person's content and then mobile, like it's like a big
That's a fairly new
combination
thing.
thing where it's like your entire stream is another person. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck?
That's like breaking two of the biggest rules, I feel like, of like obvious ban, permaban, which is kind of weird.
Especially, and this is key here, especially considering Twitch goes out of their way to be like, bleed purple, we're all in the community, we're all in this together.
Oh yeah,
The
they
minute
really.
you allow people to exploit that and shit on other people in the community that you're trying to set up as being like a family. You can't do that. That ruins what you're trying to do. You have to kill it immediately.
Yeah.
Even if it pisses people off, they're like, free speech though, bro.
No, fuck
That's
that.
not-
That's bullshit. We've said it time and time again. Like, anyone that says that's no understanding of fucking free speech, it doesn't apply to private domains, has never applied to private domains, that's bullshit.
That's true.
Throw that out the window right now. Anyone that says that's an idiot. It's as simple as that. It's a private service. The company that runs the service has the right to kick anyone they want off their private service. It's like, you're suggesting that I can't kick someone out of my house who
But if
fucking
you
starts
silence
setting
them, it just makes it worse. You
No,
should
it-
really
no,
just
actually,
sit down and
it
talk
actu-
with them.
Yeah, these people obviously are really up for a conversation, right? Yeah, sure. Sure.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I don't buy into the whole "we bleed purple" bullshit, because I think that's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. Like, this is not
Doesn't
some
matter.
fucking.
If that's your
But that's that's
like-
what that's their motto. They should fucking back it up.
right. If it's a community that you're trying to foster, like, hey, we're all gamers and this is a family, and they have all these promotional videos of like, you know what, we're celebrating diversity here on Twitch and how everyone's special, and you don't have to be, you know, like the lyric of everything. Like, you
Yeah,
can,
it doesn't matter if you're big or small or
right. If that's what you're gonna do, when shit like this happens, you need to come at it hard and be like, stop, never again. You people who did this, you're banned, and let everyone, just like with the games that you find offensive, Yandere Murder Simulator,
Yeah, you're
whatever.
pretty good at stopping people playing booby games, but apparently not so good at stopping thousands of people from bullying another fucking streamer.
That's just, it's not cool. It's just not like.
No, I fully agree. I feel like it's they just don't, either like the people who are in charge of banning or something, they're just not on the same page. It reminds me of someone who's like not a gamer making decisions, like Warner Brothers adding microtransactions to Honor of War type thing, but apply that to Twitch logic. I feel like that's kind of how it is. Like, they don't fully get it, and like whoever's in charge is like, I also understand, because they want to avoid shitstorms, but they should also, especially when it comes to bullying, they really need to put their foot down for something like this.
Well, it's in their best interest too. It's in their best interest to not have this shit going on their platform.
Yeah, because if they keep on happening to people, they're going to stop streaming here, because it's not going to be fun for them anymore.
There are plenty of companies who are trying to be the next Twitch. If Twitch implodes, like
I'll be honest though, like I haven't heard. I feel like that's something I would hear a lot about. Is this something ongoing on the IRL section a lot?
Yeah. It's like this has really started popping over the last 2 weeks because there's been quite a few people who've written articles about it. So, and I think there's going to be more, and it's sort of starting to proliferate that. But I think it's because we're so disconnected from IRL. Like, really,
my only concern is, like, you could argue there are so many streams on Twitch.
right.
Like, what I'm wondering is, how big is this? Yeah, someone wrote an article,
big.
But like, how many viewers are we talking about? Like 20 viewers watching?
No, we're talking about several hundred. Okay. Which I think at that point, that's enough to be noticed. Because, you know, if you go to like any game category, you can be in the top 10 of a game category, unless you're like PUBG or LOL or whatever, with several hundred viewers. That's significant enough to notice. If it was like 2 viewers, it wouldn't fucking matter. But no, it's way more than that.
The real shame about all of it is it isn't happening to bigger viewers, the people who are getting, you know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000
and the
viewers.
People who also have the infrastructure to deal with it, right? They have moderators.
I was literally going to say, like, if something like that happened to me,
your moderators would fucking destroy it in a nutshell.
something like
if
something
like
that happened to me, like I have a full team of mods. I have like a whole. I know how to deal with it.
No, 100%. Not everyone has that luxury. Like
they don't.
Yeah.
We surrounded ourselves with good people, and they tell us when shit's going crazy.
Totally.
But, like I do agree, but I mean, even in the past, just looking at it, like, I don't know, people streaming porn or something or whatever, that used to go on Twitch, and there were a couple thousand people, and it's like, hello, this is clear.
How do you not notice that?
Yeah, for a while, and it's like, I forgot one day some crazy shit was happening, clearly like a stream that just like shouldn't have been on Twitch a couple of years ago, and it was like in the top list for a while, and it was like early in the morning, a weird time. Maybe that was it. It's like, oh.
Well, if that's the case, you need to hire a foreign team. Like, if your entire team is based on the west coast of the United States and you can't deal with half the fucking time zones in the world, you need to hire a team that can. This is an international service used by people in every time zone.
Yep. No, 100% agree. Yeah. And that's like what I was talking about, something 3 years ago. Like, Twitch has exploded since then. So stuff like that shouldn't really ever happen.
But the real shame of it all is that the people being targeted are people with very few viewers, the people who are just starting mostly. And so this is when they are actually putting themselves out there, which everyone who has ever streamed has to go through that. I am going to put myself on camera for all these people to judge. Yeah. And so that's the toughest moment that you will ever have. And people who are just like in chat who hide behind names will never know what that's like until they do it. And so to have people actively target those people, that's fucking gross.
Of course it is. It's fucking defensible. And I know we seem to have had a real fucking uptick in people that like to try and defend the indefensible lately, but that is bullshit. It has no fucking place on this site at all. And it unfortunately sort of reinforces what some people were worried about, that if you open the gates to all kinds of streams, not just gaming, you actually open the gates to this bullshit.
Yep.
And there's a reason why there's been some IRL streamers who are actually real IRL streamers but did reprehensible shit on camera in front of the audience who got banned from Twitch for it. Even though they were getting views and they were big money makers, they got banned from it. But it seems like they're just dropping the ball on this, and it's got to be dealt with.
I think the biggest thing is, like, I understand why they added an IRL section. I think the IRL section's awesome because it's like the way I see it is like Twitch has obviously grown, but the audience has matured. A lot of people who used to watch earlier are now maybe not interested in games or might be jaded now. And IRL streams are kind of like a new outlet. It's like, fuck the games. I like Twitch though. IRL streams. But it's almost like they don't really know what IRL is supposed to encompass on the website. And they're like, oh yeah, we're all good. But like, people will do batshit insane things just to get viewers.
Of course they will.
And I feel like that's kind of naive, or that was naive of them. And like you said, that now this whole bullying thing's happening. It's like, well, no shit. If there's some way to make money, people are going to fucking do it. Especially if there's an IRL section, because IRL opens up 1,000 more avenues compared to one game playing one specific way.
Yeah.
But the difference is you can degrade yourself all you want to make money. Good on you. I don't care how you make
if
a
you
buck.
want to whore
Use
yourself out, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't
but
care.
don't like go after other people. Like don't shit on other people. To
No,
make a
fuck
buck.
that.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. It's reprehensible. There's no fucking defense for it. I'm just surprised they're not just being kicked off immediately for restreaming someone else's shit without permission. That's like Twitch has never been okay with that. Ever. Why is it suddenly okay with it now? Like it may be like, as you said, that the site's just grown too fast and they haven't kept up with it.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more the IRL section still like, what exactly should we be doing here? Should we allow the batshit crazy stuff, or should we keep it like, hey guys, I'm a gamer, yay, type of thing, you know?
Yeah, if you allow that batshit crazy stuff, you get shit like fucking Daddy of 5, and then you end up with them in court for child abuse. You know, these were people who were making money from fucking child abuse on YouTube. You want Twitch to go that way? I fucking don't.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. But I don't know how Twitch is going to change that. I mean, round the clock.
But they're the only one that can.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We can't do it. We can't do anything about that. So, yeah, maybe it is like it's new. It's a Wild West. They don't have to regulate it properly. Well, maybe it's about time you hire some people that do, you know, that maybe have some experience in, even though this is a very new thing, maybe there are still some people that have some experience in managing. Hell, get some people that have experience with reality TV, maybe. You know, maybe that could be applicable in some way. You know what the real fucking weird thing about this is? That back when this was Justin TV, that's actually what Justin TV was. It was started for a guy streaming IRL. Justin streaming his real life.
He was just streaming his life, yeah.
So we've kind of come full circle, but I guess they forgot the lessons from Justin TV. Maybe just because this is a lot bigger than Justin was. Maybe. Yeah. But I think we can all safely say that we're not fucking okay with that, and the people that do that on the site can go fuck off.
Yep.
Go express your freedom of speech elsewhere, eh? Alright. Video games, we do that, and we're gonna have a look at some releases. We're not gonna dive through all the 200 crappy games that end up on Steam, but we did have a look at the
list is so long, Teebs.
I told you we're not going through all that. I told you 3 hours before the show, pick out some stuff that looks cool.
Right? I know, it's just so like people won't see it, but it's so fucking long.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'll start with a game so we can get through this stuff.
Sure, absolutely.
You guys are overlooked. Ken Follett's The Pillars of the Earth is a it's not a visual novel. It's more of a choice-driven game where you are. It takes place during the building of a cathedral. This is part 1 of it, and it's like it's about as close to non-magical Game of Thrones as you're gonna get. It's super dope. I can't wait to actually buy it. I played a long-ass demo of it. It has all the violence and sex and all the shit you can imagine from Game of Thrones, but just no magic. And it's great. Okay. It's super fucking. Apparently, it's one of the most popular books in like all of Europe or some shit.
Really, I've never heard of it.
Wait, is this episodic or?
Yeah, I think they're gonna release it episodic. I think part 1's out now, but it's like yeah, it's really cool. You basically play as 3 main characters throughout their lives as they age and this cathedral is built. One is a boy who lives out in the wilderness. One is a monk, and one is this girl who was a noble and then loses everything and is trying to like rebuild her life and do it in different ways. It's pretty fucking dope. It's cool.
Wait, isn't there a Showtime show based off of this?
It's quite possible. Like I said, apparently this book is like, I think in Germany alone, it's the number 2 next to the Bible or some shit like that.
What? Amazing.
Yeah, like apparently it's a huge book that I had no clue existed, and I went and played like an hour of it and was like, whoa, it's really cool. And every choice you make has an effect. I'm not sure what the end is like. Who knows if that really has an effect, but at least temporarily, it seems like everything you do has an effect, which is pretty cool.
So Lirik was completely right, by the way. There was a television adaptation in 2010 in Canada. It was actually Ridley Scott's films, was involved in it.
Shit.
Yeah. And there was a premiered in the UK as well. It was on Stars in the US. So
Oh,
yeah,
stars. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Stars, also known as Violence and Dicks and Boobies, the network.
Spartacus, man, that's all. That's all that was.
Spartacus, oh, so
Yep,
good.
this is
And
the
Black
show.
Sails, man.
They have some pretty killer actors in that show, by the
They
way.
really do.
Spartacus was a badass show.
God, it was so good.
First season and 1.5. The rest of it was kind of jank.
I thought it was all right, but you know.
But seriously, this game was super fun, and I can't wait to actually play it. So seeing it actually being released is like,
yeah, very nice. There's one coming out today that may have slipped under some people's radars, kind of, sort of snuck up on us. Nidhogg 2 is coming out.
Yeah, which is apparently really good. Yeah, it has that on
And
the
very
list, too.
divisive on that fucking art. Like, that's the big thing that's getting people. I think the agreement up to this point is the gameplay is better than the first Nidhogg. Like, and it'll be really fun to play multiplayer. But that fucking art style is really divisive. It's...
Yeah.
I feel like I need to get my hands on it to figure out the art style. I'm not really sure from pictures.
when you play, it's not going to matter to you. Like what?
Right.
Just like the first one, how it was so minimal, it didn't matter. That it's the gameplay is what matters in that game, and the gameplay is super on point this time. They've added a few things here and there. It's great, and the art style only affects people who like are watching it.
Have
for
eyes?
funsies. Well, you know what I mean. Like who were like, I'm watching it on a stream or whatever. If you're playing it, you're not.
That's
at all
a fairly
concerned
big
about-
consideration for some of the people in this chat. I don't know if you've noticed.
Sure, that's possible, but I'm saying like for the average gamer, you're not going to be concerned with the actual visuals of it.
Like looking at the gameplay trailer, like I don't really mind the visuals. They look kind of just weird, but like I can dig it.
Yeah, there's a bit of like clash of color. I think they use a lot of contrasting colors in it. There's a lot of pink, like, which just riot. It's just like a color riot. It clashes with a lot of things, but at least it's not hard to see the characters. I'll say that. And yeah, the first Nidhogg was fucking great. It was like a really cool variant on a fighting game. This one looks even better.
Yeah, we used to stream it all the time. The
Yeah,
first one, it was
super
just
fun.
It's just like a fun 1v1 game, and it gets wicked competitive. So
Yeah,
Totally.
it does.
yeah, I gotta check that out. It actually looked really good.
Yep, that is. Oh, it's out. Yeah, it's supposed to be out today. It looks like it is. Yeah, it's saying add to cart. So
That
it's out,
actually looks pretty awesome.
out right now. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna stream that for the very same reason. So Sonic Mania is out today on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. It is not out on PC. There's a 2-week delay for some reason. Nobody seems to know why that is. But want to pick it up on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, you can totally do that today. There's a couple of PS4 ports if you want to be interested in that. Night Trap for fucking PS4.
I was gonna
God
say
damn it.
Night Trap 25th
Yeah.
anniversary edition for PS4,
I'm
y'all.
ready for it. Single best in-game song moment in the history of gaming.
Holy shit. It's out on PC as well, by the way.
Hey man, what you little shit?
What is this game called?
Night
Trap?
Trap.
Night Trap.
Old fucking 90s
Classic.
FMV game. It was on the Sega CD, wasn't it?
So good, bad.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's terrible.
Night Trap.
This.
It was the game that had a Senate hearing about it. Like, there was a fucking Senate hearing in the 90s about this game. Because they thought it would encourage people to murder people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
I'm so glad the world has changed so much.
Yeah.
a bunch of young
right.
girls have a party and you're trying to keep them alive. And weird guys in like all black outfits are trying to kill them. It is
Yeah.
bizarre, but it's amazing.
Yeah. It's kind of like a
so it's
live
like-
exploitation film.
It's like video, and then like you loot stuff in the game, or like
Kinda,
make
yeah.
decisions, kind of. Okay.
You
Yeah,
make
it's
decisions,
like
but
based
yeah,
on time as well. Like, you've only got a certain amount of time to do things. You got to,
You
like,
have
I
to
think
switch between the cameras and make
it's
sure you
almost
get-
like a really old version of Five Nights at Freddy's, isn't it? Like the switching
Almost, you're
camera thing.
absolutely right,
Yeah. That was done before. It's not original. Matterfall, PS4. This people been looking out for this one. This is a PS4 VR game that's coming out today. So some of the people
I
into
was
that are
looking
excited
at that.
about it.
It looked kind of sci-fi generic, is it not?
I mean, I don't know much about PS4 VR. I'm going to be honest. I don't play VR on PS4, but some people were pretty excited about it.
Hmm.
The last VR game I played was the Star Trek one on PC, which was pretty amazing.
Good shit. Yeah, that and
I still haven't
super hot
touched that.
VR. Super hot VR is so good.
Definitely want to play it with people.
Yeah, you do. You totally do. I wouldn't play it with puppies necessarily.
Yeah.
There's a few other ports. There's this game that actually was being streamed by somebody on Twitch today who got a lot of viewers on it that I didn't know about this game at all. It's
Which
called Observer. It's
Yes.
a cyberpunk
Oh, I
horror
heard
game.
about
New
that.
horror game. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of viewers today from it's from the guys that made Layers of Fear. That's why.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Which was a really good game, I thought.
Yep. More of a cyberpunk version this time. Looks like maybe a less cerebral version of Soma. This looks kind of terrifying. I ain't going shit near this. Nope, absolutely not. Fuck that. People have televisions for heads. That's terrifying. No. Fuck that. What else is there? There's a couple of other ports. Sunstrike 4's on PS4. Tokyo 42 came out on PS4 today. Van Helsing 2 came out on PS4 today. It's kind of neat.
There's a game that I can't figure out how it's played. On August 16th, tomorrow, Ancient Worlds Jaguar's Fate. It's like a conquer game, but I can't. From the pictures, I cannot tell how you conquer things. If that makes sense.
It looks like a really basic war game, I guess. But the star ratings on things, so it kind of looks like a mobile game as well. It's like 50 levels, attack and defend cities. I have no fucking idea because there's really no indication whatsoever in the trailer as to how it plays.
It's just like a map. It's like, okay, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Okay.
Wait, did you say this is a mobile game or no?
It looks like one.
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah. As to whether or not it is, I don't know.
I'm not seeing anything on the 16th that looks particularly great.
Is this a sequel to... Isn't that great esport? Oh, fuck me. Are you kidding me?
There's a Minesweeper game!
My God. So there's something called Great Esports Manager. Where
God.
You have to face North Korea, the greatest gaming nation in the world.
God damn it.
What the fuck? And it has Twitch integration.
Yay.
Oh, boy.
It's another one of these. You played an esports management game, Jesse, and it was fucking terrible, right?
They're not.
This looks like ridiculous.
It really does.
Can't.
Yeah. I don't know. You have to avoid being swatted by North Korean trolls. North Korean trolls?
Wow.
Right. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, this is full of fucking memes and shit. That's fucking Big Red was in there.
Good information, it seems like. It seems like the person did a lot of research.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. North Korea. It's one giant joke. Okay. All right, then.
That actually looked kind of just ridiculous completely.
Pretty much. Yeah, might be good for, like, the joke might wear thin, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
on paintball.
So there is something that I did see that's supposed to be kind of cool. Interstellar Transport Company. You build a space transport empire. It's like a tycoon game. That's kind of cool. It's got really nice 3D graphics, like you can fly around the universe and shit. I like this idea. I'd do that.
Oh, someone actually told me about this game. I didn't know it was coming out.
Yeah, it's early access. It's coming out on the 16th. Looks pretty cool. I'm into that. It's kind of my jam. All right, the 17th.
Strangers of Power has cute art, but it's just a dungeon crawler RPG game.
The 2 Jackbox party packs, which are the better ones in my opinion.
Coming on the Switch,
yes,
which is
the Switch.
cool.
Good venue for it. Good venue.
Yeah.
You still need to.
Smart.
Yeah, they're fun games to stream sometimes.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like Jackbox is probably just watched more than it is played at this point. Like, I don't think they sold a huge amount of copies of it, because really, it's actually just more fun to watch streamers play it. Unless, of course, you're watching Northern Lion Super Show play it, because they have no sense of humor to speak of. So that's just a really unpleasant experience for everyone concerned.
He only roasts those he loves,
I
guys.
only roast the ones I love. Oh, God. That must mean I've, want to fucking marry Northern Lion at this rate. Let's see what else. Superheroes trivia. Oh, kill me now.
Superheroes.
Booty buns and 21s.
What? That sounds like a fucking strip.
Nothing pops
game,
up
right?
when you look for it.
Okay, let's keep it that way. Wait, in this Lobster Empire thing, something we saw, it's a tycoon game where you build a lobster business.
Yeah, it's like a Alaska Catch Man. What the fuck is the name of that show?
Alaska Catchman, the famous reality television show.
I don't watch a lot of TV. Yeah, Alaska Catchman.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
Sure.
and
It's a specific tycoon game.
It is. It's a very specific tycoon game. There's several eras.
I like tycoon games.
I do. I like playing bullshit tycoon games. Like manage
Like,
this.
when are you ever gonna do this in real life? So
Exactly,
it's
man.
It really gives you a bit of like, oh, that's what they do.
It's the whole point of video games, right? You get to live out your fantasies, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
This actually doesn't look too bad for what it is, I gotta be honest. That might be alright. So that's that. Let's see. Anything else on the 18th that... Zero Time Dilemma's hitting PS4 for those who want to play it on that.
Hell yeah.
I feel like...
What about Crownfall on the 18th? That sounds familiar. Am I thinking of Crowfall?
This actually does sound familiar. Why?
Crownfall. But then Crowfall. I think Crowfall is an MMO? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because it's like a big PvP permaloot MMO, isn't it?
Oh, is that what I'm
like
thinking?
Yeah.
of?
Yeah, Crownfall unfortunately doesn't look that great. But Crowfall does look pretty great.
Yeah, that looks... I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah, I think so. If you want Thumper, by the way, which is a really cool rhythm racing game at Xbox One, is coming out on that, and N++ is coming out on PS4 as well, which is a really fucking hard platformer. The end games are pretty neat. I'm not even going to start on Blood and Bikinis. Fuck that. Blood and Bikinis. No.
Brave has a really good About Me section.
Really?
Oh boy.
It's got
Shall
a nice
I read
logo.
it to you?
By all means,
Who
come on, serenade us. What you got?
Who am I? I could be anybody. Where am I? I can be anywhere. I am a brave.
Nope.
Ooh.
Okay. And then after that, it's like the content contains the main scene, game mod, Guardian Goddess single game, night fight multiplayer. Right. You know,
I don't
the
know
visuals.
what any of this means.
I don't. But the visuals actually look kind of
Visuals
good.
look really good. Yeah.
The logo's really fancy.
Oh, this looks wicked familiar. Actually, I think they did a tech demo in Unreal 4.
4. Huh.
Yes, I swear that, unless they use the same assets from that tech demo, I don't know.
You know, that's possible. That's the thing on Steam lately, that a lot of this shit could very well be stolen from somewhere else. We just don't know.
That whole area, it looked like that kitchen or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the tape, that all looked like a demo I've seen in the past.
Ha. Yeah, you might have discovered one of those asset flips we've heard so much about there. One of those people that just buy shit from their store and re-upload it. Ha. Well, there you go.
There it is.
Indeed. We're here to warn you. What can we say? And say what else? There's a VR version of Battleship Yamato, which I guess some anime fans will probably like. Don't know what that's all about, if there's much to it.
No idea.
No, not really. The 20th doesn't really have much coming on. 21st.
What do you mean? Logistical Italy comes out on August 20th.
I'm sorry, what Logistical Italy? What the fuck is that? All right, we're going to have to find out what Logistical Italy is.
It's literally all of the pictures are Italy, like broken up into a grid. I'm like, what is this game?
So apparently there was a game called Logistical before that, and it's 1,000... I guess it is, yeah. 1,400 more towns. Oh my god. But it's an open world strategy puzzle game where you transport different cargoes to complete the towns. I mean, that kind of sounds cool. It doesn't look good, but I guess
Concept.
it's all right concept. Don't know about the execution. I don't see anything else on the list that's worth looking at.
I'm still stuck on Night Trap, man. It never got better from
Fucking
there.
Night Trap. Oh, wait, there is one more on the 22nd. You remember Super Combo Man?
Super Combo Man.
Yeah, I think it was an Adult Swim game. Actually, maybe not. It just looked like one. It was like, you play as a kind of fat fighting game player who just combos the shit out of people. It's a brawler sort of thing. It had a kind of neat art style. Apparently, there's a new version of that coming out. Outside of that I think is about it, unless you're really interested in Kitchen Simulator 2, which I'm not. Fuck that.
Kitchens. Nope. Can we at least watch the trailer for that?
Oh, all right. I'll let you have it. Kitchen Simulator 2. Let us experience the fucking magic. Here we go.
2, they fixed all the bugs.
Yes. Oh, thank God.
You know, as much as I mock this, and this is probably about a stolen assets, those are some nice looking virtual tomatoes. The graphics on this are surprisingly good.
Yeah, the food looks pretty good.
I shit you not, I played the first one.
Did you?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, that looks familiar. This actually looks a lot better than the first one. The first one was a buggy mess. This guy can actually chop shit now.
Okay, look. He chopped an entire carrot and only got 2 slices of carrot out of it. I call
That's a lot of food waste right
bonkers.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, multiplayer.
there. Yeah, you could play with another person. I like the way the spatula just phases through the fucking tables.
Oh no, don't give somebody that avocado. It was on the ground.
If you can get away with it, 5-second rule, right? That's how
nonsense.
That's how bacteria works. Well, there you go. You've got another option for a multiplayer game. Oh dear.
I actually said desktop with like a bunch of things. That's probably like local.
Yeah, it actually says multiplayer and local multiplayer. So in
Oh,
theory,
okay.
that means it's online. So exciting, fucking thrilling shit.
Can't wait to make food with all of my friends.
Someone's in chat saying there's a bunch of stolen assets from the IKEA VR game in that. Jesus Christ. I guess that explains why it looks better. Holy shit.
The IKEA VR game. God, we're in the future.
We're in a dark, dark future. This is the stupidest timeline.
We are the darkest timeline.
This is the dumbest
right
timeline. One thing to mention that was not on Steam, of course, is that this week StarCraft Remastered came out as of yesterday.
That is true.
Yep.
How is that? How is it?
I mean, it's the same game that Brood War was, only shinier and with widescreen and matchmaking. It's still as hard as it ever was. It's worth.
You will reboot the scene
in outside of South Korea, not a chance. The game's too hard. I give it a week, and then people are going to realize, oh god, I can't play this. It's because it does feel old. It really does. Like compared to modern games, the 12-unit limit for selection, the way stuff moves and paths, the way things are animated, the fact that you can't queue up buildings properly, the fact that you have to manually rally workers and shit. It's one of the hardest games ever made, and it's still that because of the way it's designed. But the thing is, that's what South Korea wanted. They wanted you to just make that shinier and give it widescreen and make it easier to watch. That's all they wanted. It'll do really well. I think people will buy it for nostalgia to play the campaign again.
Yeah.
Campaign's still fucking great. You know,
are those remastered? The cutscenes, or
they up-res them a little bit, but they didn't do a huge amount to them. Like the audio's a bit cleaner, but that's about it. Like
it was more like for the multiplayer, right?
Yeah, it's because there wasn't really any matchmaking in the original Brood War, so they wanted to put it in. So there's a proper match-made ladder now, so you don't have to use an unofficial server. But it'll be a big deal in South Korea, and it'll probably replace Brood War, which is still like a super popular game over there. But for outside of it, I think people are just going to buy it for nostalgia. They'll play the campaign. Maybe they'll play some UMS. Maybe they'll play custom maps, right? Or do a bit of comp stomp. But competitive? Nah. No way. It's way too hard. StarCraft 2 is too hard. StarCraft Brood War? Way harder than that. Ridiculous. It's too much for people, I think. It's definitely too much. We're about done. Just past this 6 o'clock point, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the show. But before we go, we would love for everybody to tell everyone else what they're going to be doing. Lirik, once again, thank you very much for putting aside 3 hours of your busy schedule. I know you're extremely fucking busy, man. So you are, don't fucking lie.
Too much credit.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on the show. Anyway, you've been a fantastic guest. Really, really good. And would love to know, what do you got planned coming up over the next week or so on your stream? What's coming on?
So tomorrow, Conan Exile's expansion comes out, so there's gonna be big dicks.
Big swinging dicks.
Friday, the Dauntless Alpha hits.
Oh yeah, the Monster Hunter
That's
game,
amazing.
Right? Yeah.
Hoping. And then those are kind of like the main things I'm looking forward to right now. It's kind of on the main schedule for me.
Sure.
You know, I'm still into PUBG and stuff, so I hit that up and then play just random games sometimes. Golf it. Because golf with people is fun online.
It's still fun.
Sam plays those fucking golf games with his buds all the time, and I'm just like,
they're pretty fun. Yeah, they're pretty fun, man. Amazing. They're just casual bullshit.
I've never played it, and I play Minesweeper all the time now, so I can't really make fun of literally anyone in the world. But
and Uncharted DLC or whatever's coming out.
That
should be. And then Destiny 2 beta. I just want to see how it runs on PC and stuff. I'm kind of looking forward to that. And then Absolver at the end of the month.
Oh, fuck that thing. Yeah. Did you hear about the bullshit that Devolver pulled last night on that?
No, I did not.
All right. So they found a random streamer who fell asleep on his stream and left it on. They went into the chat and started giving away copies of Absolver in there while he was asleep, and then left just as he woke up.
What?
Yep.
That's like that's dumb. That is them.
Yep, that's a Devolver thing
They
to do.
stuff
Innit?
like that.
That sounds like a super Devolver thing to do.
Yeah, it does. It was fun. Yeah, Absolver looks pretty damn good. I'm looking forward to
Yeah, I
trying
hope it
that out.
delivers. And thank God it's not early access. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep. I heard you had a YouTube channel for like highlights and stuff. Is that currently active?
Yeah, just youtube.com/Lirik. It's just kind of like a archive and yeah, just highlights here and there, but just to have something going. Just
Good stuff.
But Twitch is the home.
And it is. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Much appreciated. Big thanks to all of you guys in your chat for being a fantastic audience and giving us a fuckload of viewers today. I don't think anyone was really surprised by that, but, there you go. Jesse, what are you coming up this week? What's going on?
Hey, yeah, big shout out to everyone for tuning in today. Can I just tell you, Ariana Grande is going to be...
stop it!
Oh my God.
Shut it down.
God, we're definitely going to play some Scary Game Squad stuff this week, and you're going to see some cat quests today if you come to the channel and all that stuff. So look for that. Kitties and more.
Jesse, are you going to do West of Loathing at some point? I think you kind of got it,
yeah,
right?
I just got the game. It'll probably be a Cox Tease at some point. I definitely know because the internet demands it. This week's Fan Friday is going to be the Shark Dating Simulator. So
Oh, fucking hell,
course.
that thing. Okay.
yeah, because fuck me, I guess is what people.
No, fuck sharks.
Ah,
Quite literally in this
Eh.
case, yep. Shark Senpai hasn't noticed you, I'm sorry.
Mm.
That's probably how you like it. Dodger, what are you coming up on the channel this week? What's going on?
Well, if y'all missed it, we did a live escape room on my Twitch channel, and that VOD is available for anybody if you would like to watch it. We will be putting a high-res VOD up on Press Heart to watch, but seriously, watch it with Twitch chat because it's just incredible.
Are they backseating the shit out of you?
No, they just memed really hard the whole time, and it's really funny. Like,
hilarious. So.
oh my gosh, it was great. It's like you don't get the opportunity to do something like that.
No,
live.
I really
So,
love the idea of like live escape rooms as a Twitch thing. Like, there's a
really
place
cool.
in Charlotte that has like 7 different escape rooms, and I don't think it's outside the realms of possibility to stream that.
Well, I think it's like it has to be mutually beneficial, right? Like it hurts their business for people to know how to do an entire escape room.
That's true.
But
yeah.
the only reason we were able to do this one is because they're eliminating it. Like
Yes,
it's only going to
yeah,
be
they
around for
rotate them
another
out,
week
right?
or so, and then they're replacing it with a new one. So they were like, we don't care if you spoil it,
Sure.
and this way people will see like the level of production we put into our rooms and stuff. So
Nice.
it was a really, really cool, like just wonderful scenario that Pluto put together. So shout out to Pluto.
Very cool.
So yeah, that exists on my Twitch if you would like to watch the VOD of that. I also DM'd a one shot called Wicked Thimble. It was my second time ever DMing, and it was super fun. Jesse was on it, as well as Sam and Holly Conrad and Aurelian. And it was very silly, and they were all siblings, and it was great. If you would like to watch that, that's on JP's YouTube. And I stream on twitch.tv/DexBonus and on YouTube at PressHeart2Continue, and I'm DexBonus on pretty much everything. And I talk about anime a lot, and I try to just have fun. So if you would like to come have fun with me, feel free.
Cool. So what we've got coming up this week, obviously the big stream is on the 17th, Warhammer Total War 2. I believe we are the exclusive on that one. So I don't think there'll be anybody else streaming that day, so it'll be pretty fancy. And there will most likely be a little bit of streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming kind of regularly. We've been trying to just find good games on Steam, looking through new stuff, and we've found quite a lot of them, actually. There's a lot of really cool, neat stuff, and we've started a new series on YouTube called TotalBiscuit Suggests You Try, and we've put out 3 videos in that series so far, which is West of Loathing, Cryptarch, which is a really cool twin-stick mech game where you have to pay for all the fucking bullets you fire, so you rapidly end up running out of money and dying. And
sounds awful.
It's a bit stressful, I'll say that. It's like a tax simulator. And West of Loathing, obviously, and Aztez, which is a really cool brawler, like Aztec brawler that you can combo the shit out of some Aztecs in. So that was good. We'll be digging up some other stuff as well. I would be very surprised if we didn't stream some more of XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, because it is very, very good. And I am sitting on a review copy of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, which is the forthcoming Battlestar Galactica strategy game. Haven't got around to playing that yet, but expect something like that. Currently on the channel, a video of why Agents of Mayhem is like broken as shit right now and isn't running well on some PCs. So just buyer beware on that one. And hopefully some more stuff coming your way sooner rather than later. Also, a reminder, if you missed the Shoutcraft Kings August $10,000 StarCraft tournament that we ran on Saturday, all of the VODs are available right now on my second channel, which is youtube.com/TotalBiscuit. That's the StarCraft channel. So if you're going to watch that, go watch people lose best of ones for fucking $500 a map, which is pretty damn entertaining. Then I would suggest you go and check that out. That's all available. Big thanks once again to our sponsor today, Squarespace. That's squarespace.com/cooptional for 10% off your first order and a free trial. Go build your own website using Squarespace. It's really goddamn easy, and you don't need a web designer to do it. Thanks to our special guest, Lirik. Thanks to Jesse Cox. Thanks to Dodger once again, and thank you to you for watching. If you missed any of the show, the VOD is now available for Twitch subscribers, or the VOD will be available on Thursday on youtube.com/technicalbrit. We're done. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week here with the Cooptional Podcast at 3 p.m. Eastern. Goodbye.